That was a. I don't know if anybody knows that. That's a Gladiator quote.
And we're live.
Have I missed it? Have I missed the battle?
Gladiator, I hardly know her.
That's a Gladiator quote. I don't know if you guys know. I'm missing a few cams here. I don't have Dom or Gribble or Tucker for that matter.
I prefer gladiolas myself.
Gladiolas? What are gladiolas?
It's a type of flower.
What I was thinking, I was like, is that anything like? Is that like areolas that fight?
Right. I was not trying to think of that.
It's hard not to go there, to be honest.
But it's where my brain went, right?
Yeah, well. You know, I had a terrible idea for some discussion questions, but then I thought of a better one.
You heard mine.
You ready? What are your plans for the totality?
Oh. Well, mine will be narrowly missed. I think you're going to be in it, right?
We are smack in the middle of the totality.
Yeah.
The last one that came through in 2017, I was smack in the middle.
Yep.
You like getting smack
you
in the
get
middle,
to
don't
share
you?
in it.
What?
I am.
Go ahead and keep talking.
Go
We'll
ahead,
never
Duo.
know.
I was just gonna say.
I was just going to say,
That's why we can't have nice things.
But no, the reason I
love this
asked
stuff.
the reason I asked about the totality is because Lost 40 has made a special brew. 1:52 p.m. is when the totality hits Little Rock.
They did not
And
have
apparently-
that the last time I was there.
Yeah, I think they just delivered it like yesterday, which was when I went to the beer store. Apparently, a few other like neighboring states that are also in the path are doing like similar styles, and they're like with their own timestamp.
Yeah.
I'll have to check into that because it's supposed to hit us at 2 p.m.
Sounds so violent when you say it's going to hit.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't hit us, but
Hopefully the
yeah, I
meter
mean
is not hit.
you're right after us, I guess. Is it going south to north? Is that?
It goes
Yeah.
from southwest to northeast.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
That makes
Yep.
sense.
It's going right over y'all, then right over me, and then it's going right over my dad and sister in Indiana as well.
I saw a Reddit post. It was like headlined, like what to expect or how much you're going to get mooned or something like that.
Get moon. Oh,
Oh.
right. I was like, if you guys are mooning during the eclipse,
The back of it says "Our Clips of the Heart." AR Arkansas.
total
Our Clips.
eclipse of
Total our clips of the heart.
Heart. Yep.
This is a Hellisbach.
What?
But the
Hellisbach.
but
not
the
bad.
eclipse was amazing. Total eclipse was amazing. I highly recommend. I wish I could get another total eclipse. It's not that far away, but
Yeah, I think
I got to experience one in my life. Once in my life, I'm not gonna drive out of the way to do it again.
I think my brother and his crew are coming in town for it.
Oh, that's cool.
They're actually closing down the daycare. I know that they're coming into town. Nobody tells me anything because they are closing down the daycare, and so of course our first thing is like, okay, let's call Madre and see if she can watch the little one. And Madre's
Right.
like, actually, I'm gonna have people in town. Oh, really? Who's that? Your brother? Oh, well, shit, I didn't know.
It's good to
And
know
that's-
that you two still talk often.
That's how it goes. Around.
Yeah.
Most of the schools
Well,
are going to be out too for the eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy
Yeah.
what it does to nature.
Yeah,
yeah.
we think it's going to be dangerous that day, so we're not having school. I.e., there's going to be too many kids out. And we're not going to get our federal funding, so we're just going to close for that day.
Might as well not
Fair
turn the
point,
lights
yeah,
on.
fair point, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of if it's dangerous or not, you should take the day off just to experience it,
Yeah.
because it only comes around so few times that
Mhm.
it will
Yeah.
actually hit you for total totality.
I only need this much excuse to take off of work, and an eclipse is
The threshold
far
is
beyond
really
that.
low. For
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris, if you want to, I could moon you all the time, and you could just take off work. Give you all the moon you want, baby.
Oh wow.
Can I stream it?
Okay.
That's what it takes.
Now
I
we're
mean,
making money.
We could
Yeah, now I'm getting paid for your work.
we could make
Following
money.
segment. The following segment is rated TV MA.
Oh baby.
Okay. Well, are we ready to start
What's this?
playing some game?
Seems dark over here on my side of the world for some reason. Need to get another light, I think.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. Let's talk about what happened last time we were playing this game, which was 2 weeks ago today.
I don't want to talk
Um,
about it. I have nightmares.
What was our
Um,
question, by the way?
What are you doing for the totality was the question.
Oh, that was the real question. Okay.
That was the whole shebang. We already did it.
I didn't
That-
hear from Dom
Oh, Dom,
or Tuck.
Tucker.
I feel like Dom is
Wait, what?
I
indisposed.
think they're gonna miss it.
We still
Totality.
Missed it.
I don't know what you. I thought you guys were talking about beer or something.
on well,
We
it
were.
was
It was-
on
yeah.
April 8th
Both.
this year. It's April 8th, right?
April.
Yeah, April 8th. Yes.
There
Monday.
is going to be a total solar eclipse in the United States. So
Not for
you know,
everyone.
not for everyone. It has a path that it's going to go through, and
Can
Little
we pull
Rock
up the map
is
for our viewers, by the way?
Little Rock's in the path. Yeah, why don't we pull that up on screen B?
You sons of bitches! I wasn't ready for that.
Just you're fumbling in the background and
Oh no, we're going incognito. I don't think we can do this.
gotta go private, boys. Oh.
Switch to screen 2. So yeah, the
Guess
green
you have to
line
go
there is going to be the totality. Drag us. Why don't you drag us to the northeast there, Chikris? Can you drag this, or is this just Texas?
It says just Texas. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's just Texas.
Oh yeah.
I just grabbed
I was
the
gonna say, make
first-
sure you don't cheap out on your solar eclipse glasses. You really don't want to get a pair that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, don't get the Eclipse gum and turn those into glasses, which I've seen the meme on the last.
I heard you could just
Oh,
chew
eclipse
this and you'll be safe.
Yeah, you can just chew right through them.
What the?
You know, it's funny. I had a couple of pairs of those, and I think I'll never need these again. And then I found out we're having another solar eclipse, so
What are you gonna do?
I guess I'm blind.
I just put a good map in the chat.
Got a good map in the chat.
Yeah, trust NASA.
What the?
Yeah,
What?
they know a thing.
Yeah,
or
that's
two.
it. What do you? That was it.
That's Houston. Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna
Another-
drag up to the
another
northeast there.
Texas.
Okay.
None,
I think you should.
none of those.
B Will's map.
Is it a
I
link?
vote B Will's map.
Is it
Does
a
B-Will
link?
have a map? Can we
Is
see
it a
Cam
link
3?
to a map that I can drag and not just a static
Yeah, it's
website?
draggable.
I'm just curious for how long Nashville will have partial totality.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have a decent partial.
Yeah,
You're like
yeah,
right
we're
in the
gonna
middle
have
of the
like a
band.
little, yeah,
You have a little parsh.
a little parsh, not full. I think they call that the diamond ring because you'll see like a glare from the from it not being fully eclipsed.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go. Wow, that's a map I haven't seen before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're in the red, that's very high temperatures. Is what. Like,
Yeah, this is a weather forecast. A really strange pattern coming through.
Which is typical for Arkansas.
yeah, which,
And Missouri, matter of fact. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
So we're going to be inside the totality band, but it looks like if we travel just a little to the northwest, we can even increase our totality.
And I would recommend it
Russellville.
because that you get longer, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to be a little more partial because I'm a little south of Little Rock.
I think
Oh.
you're still solidly in the band here, but
No.
Where are you, Tevis, in relation to the north or to the west? Of
I'm
Little Rock.
I'm west of
Yeah.
Little Rock.
West. Okay, so you're closer to the center.
Yeah. But Chris is kind of like right on that southern edge.
Yeah.
Right on the border.
But it's like it's further down than you might think, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Or no, it's not as far as where. Oh, yeah, you are outside. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
just
I was
a bit. I mean-
misinterpreting the scale.
I mean, it's practically going to be totality for me.
Yeah, it's just how long you'll get of totality. It won't be as long as Tevis
Yeah.
by like a couple of seconds.
I've always considered myself to be something of a totalitarian, so.
We know this.
And I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, you guys aren't supposed to sign on to that quite so freely.
I mean,
No comment.
you sure are the Aryan.
Like they say, oh my god. Anyways, let's play some Pathfinder Second Edition.
was just hard.
everybody.
I was just
We've got Dom in the
abbreviated
camera.
totalitarian, right?
He's
Totalitarian,
got his
right?
beautiful backlight. We are ready to rock and roll. How do we want to do the recap? You guys want me to recap it, or do you guys want to recap it?
Well, like most sessions, I almost died. That's all you really need to know.
Well, I feel like that's an important element, but I feel like there are other elements.
I think we're
Okay,
good.
yes, there are other elements. Yes.
Hey, Dom.
We managed to abscond with a ship.
That's important. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I also have disciples.
Yeah, that's right,
Oh,
Brother John.
It was strangely, he is strangely obsessed with destiny.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where he
Destiny.
got that from. Destiny.
No, I don't know. But yeah, I guess. Oh, go ahead, Don.
I was gonna say, or perhaps we're estranged into destiny.
Oh.
Could we be
Oh.
Destiny's children?
We could be the children of destiny. Nice. Wait, he said the
Tie-in.
thing.
He said the thing. Everyone drink.
What is this? Some kind of Destiny's children?
I'd rather
is
be
that from? I've
Destiny's
heard that from
Child,
something.
but hey,
What was that? The movie that was originally
Yeah,
from?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, Suicide Squad. What is this? Some kind of
Yes.
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyways.
He said the thing.
The other things that happened, of course, as Chris mentioned, you guys commandeered a vessel, a small sailing vessel in a class known as a sloop, and you were able to get it without a fight through, I believe it was Wesley, right? You guys
Little
first
bit
you
of
got on the
persuasion, a little bit of
Yeah.
intimidation.
intimidation, yeah, and then eventually, I think I required you get a critical success in order to get this man to give up his basically his life's work. He was because I mean it's like he was on the verge of like yeah, I'm kind of thinking I know I'm gonna lose to you guys, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
I think,
probably
and
was.
I think for that roll, I had missed it by one, and I re-rolled and got the
What?
one.
Well, I think Dom had to aid you, wasn't it? I think Svalder aided
I
you.
gave him the
Maybe that's
firm
what it was.
handshake.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You needed that +1.
had I not
ahead, Bebo.
overslept, I would have been there to aid as well, or
would've
we
been.
would have just killed them all.
Well, and that's a great point. I
I
forgot
also
to
thought about that.
bring up.
Yeah, me too.
Which was before all that happened. Bromir actually followed around Brother John, the pilgrim who was on his way to visit the temple, and he like followed him around for a while, and then he was like, whatever, this is not, I'm gonna wait here. And he waited for about 20 minutes or so, and the guy never came out, and so he was like, well, shit, I guess I'll go look and see what happened. So he swims down under the water and finds this individual, this pilgrim, looks like he's drowned alongside the half a dozen or so other corpses that were drowned down there when you guys visited. He had left his offering on one of the tables, and Bromir picked that up. It was a belt of some kind. He later learned it was a belt of lifting, a lifting belt. But then like just a few seconds later, this individual woke up and was not drowned, and he was able to sort of be underwater without needing to breathe, similar to how Bromir is. So
While Bromir had his possessions in hand.
yeah, Bromir was just kind of like tucked the belt into his belt.
Yeah.
And was like, okay.
It's amazing how that fit in my pouch.
Yeah, it was right there.
It was
Boom.
right there. Yeah.
But of course, as Brother John noticed that Bromir also didn't need to breathe underwater, and he asked him, like, hey, are you one of the faithful too? And Bromir was like, yes, I am Father Bromir. And so now Brother John is, following in the footsteps of Father Bromir, at least for the moment. Then you guys, part of the deal with Captain Sam, in order for you to take the Marlin, was you would drop him off at Drowning Rock, which was their destination, and he would get to, sell his cargo and everything, but you guys would leave with the ship. And so you guys headed that direction. Oh, go ahead.
With a promise to bring it back in the best shape that we can.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't never getting that shit back. What the hell are you talking
Right.
about?
We can go ahead and start thinking names for it.
You guys don't like the Marlin?
I mean, it's someone else's ship's name.
It'd be hilarious if you bring it back to him at some point in the future. It's got a different name on it.
It's just X'd out, and
Yeah.
We took some liberties.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's not your ship anymore.
Well,
It's,
I will say, as far as Wesley's concerned, he will be returning it,
yeah,
and
me too.
mainly because he comes from a seafaring family, and he understands the importance of a ship.
Yeah. So yeah, while you guys were traveling toward Drowning Rock, you were attacked by some sort of water elemental. You were suddenly becalmed on the sea. Ship stopped moving completely, and then this living waterfall came up over the edge of the ship and started attacking you guys. Looked like you were going to make pretty easy, quick work of it, but then Haven came up, did a truckload of damage, but then got punted off the side into the waiting arms of a brine shark, who promptly crit him into dying too. And he nearly died. He would have died if it weren't for the GM making some bad calls and then some undoing of some bad calls, and different things like that. But regardless, Tavam is still with us, at least for now. We'll see if he makes it past this session. But yeah, after you finish that combat up, and everybody was... And one thing that happened in the combat was Roscoe was a G, dove in, no questions asked, no hesitation. And you guys eventually made your way to Drowning Rock, did the deal. You were on your way back to board the ship, when there was like a crowd had kind of started to form, and you heard them, like talking about stuff, and it was a crowd of people, so you're just hearing little bits and bobs and phrases and stuff like that. They mentioned a number of different phrases, like the Shattered One, the Man Who Drank the Sea, the Scourge of Vejnu, stuff like that. At one point, Bromir kind of walked up to the crowd and asked a little bit about it, and he noticed that like the person that he was talking to was very deferential, and didn't really, he didn't probe too deeply, but the man seemed a little maybe confused. It might be a way to put it. But you made your way back to the deck of the Marlin and set off. And I think, at that point, someone said from the deck of the ship, weigh anchor, pull the anchor up through the hawse hole. Hawse hole. The hawse hole. We need to keep the hawse hole clear. It's crucial.
You want to make sure all your holes are clear, to be honest.
Tovum also lost his +1 magic sword.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's all right.
He dropped it in the ocean.
I wanted to get it.
He has his brothers, so he has a spare. But
Oh, yeah.
that is rather disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant
So
to be.
It was meant to be.
Yep.
Now, last time we started out the sesh by talking about what you guys did for level 3, but Tucker wasn't here last time. So, Tucker, are you here now?
I am.
Would you like to talk about what you got for level 3, bro dog?
Sure. Let's see. I grabbed. So for skill increase, I went up on crafting to expert.
Oh, smoking hot.
Nice.
And then I grabbed Beast Trainer for my ancestry feat, which gave me skill.
Yeah, what does that do?
It gives me trained in the nature skill, and you gain your choice of either train animal or the pet general feat. And I chose train animal.
I see.
Do
you have? You
mainly
don't
for
have
later things.
Oh, I see.
It's build up. It's coming.
Foreshadow.
And then for the general feat, I took Ancestral Paragon. And then for that, I took Cooperative Nature, which gives me a +4 cert bonus to aid.
You're the first person in the party who's taken that,
No, he's not.
except for Chakris. I was making a joke because last time there was like, so my ancestry feat, I took Orc Ferocity. Ancestry feat, I took Orc Ferocity. Tucker, what did you pick up for your ancestry feat?
Orc Ferocity.
Okay.
And then for spells, I think I got level 2 spells this time, or I don't.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
And you should have gotten. I think you add 2 spells to your
chose
spell book,
2.
right?
Yeah, I chose 2, and then I chose one of the curriculum spells. So I think I did that right. That's
And
what
what
it
is
said.
what's your
book.
curriculum?
Battle magic. So I chose.
Badge.
I'll get the other one next level, but I chose Mist this level. The other one was Resist Energy. And then for the other 2 spells, I chose Acid Grip and Scorching Ray.
Acid Grip and what is Acid Grip? Is that a new one? That's a remaster?
I think so. It looked new. It looks. I'll cast it real quick.
I'll just cast it real quick. Who do you cast it on? Taven?
Of course, stave them.
For sure.
An ephemeral taloned hand grips the target, burning it with magical ass. The target takes 2d8 acid damage plus 1d6 persistent acid damage,
Just
depending on its
acid arrow.
reflex save. I think this is the new acid arrow. But it's a save, not an attack roll.
Yeah.
A creature taking persistent damage from this spell takes a 10-foot status bonus to its a minus 10-foot status bonus to its speeds. I believe that's referred to as a status penalty in the parlance.
He hit me.
Got him.
But
Wait, he
the
failed by one.
failure thing seems like it can hit more people because it's a concentrate.
Let's see.
Says the claw
Critical
moves
success.
10 feet.
Unaffected. A success, the creature takes half damage and no persistent damage, and the claw moves it up to 5 feet in the direction of your choice.
Creature.
Like a shove.
The creature
sad.
takes full damage
Oops.
and persistent damage, and the claw moves it up to 10 feet in a direction of your choice. And on a
Overboard
critical,
into the weight in shark's mouth.
You're just moving the target, Tug.
Yeah. I saw that the second time I read it. I was like, oh, move it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is okay. The heightened is +2 for an additional 2d8 and an additional d6 on persistent damage. I think the persistent damage scales better than Acid Arrow did, but like as you go, this is one of the problems I have with heightened +2 spells is like as you get into higher levels, that's going to fall further and further behind in the initial damage you can deal by quite a bit. But I mean, for right now, I think it's a rock solid choice. You know, you can worry about later.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Um,
definitely. It's gonna become utility as I get more higher spells. You know how it
Mhm.
goes.
Well, and you're a wizard too, so it's like even if you know
Yo,
you get to
wizard
the point you
hand.
don't use it anymore, you got it in the
Translate.
spell book.
Yeah,
Okay, is that all of your level up stuff?
that's everything.
I guess B will. You
Yeah,
weren't
I
here at the
missed-
beginning either, so you want to
Yeah.
talk about yours?
Yeah, I can run through mine real quick. For my ancestry paragon, I took catfolk weapon familiarity.
Take your time with it.
Easy for you to
Fam-
say.
Familiarity. so I can now use my whip without having the penalties.
Without having to nay.
Yep.
No nay.
No, now he
nay.
can nay.
Yeah, now I can nay, or I can meow meow. Meow meow.
Wait, you couldn't use a whip before?
I could, but because it was it's an uncommon, and so it took a thing.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh, if that's not how that works, then
The rarity of an item has no effect like on your proficiency with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
rarity
you're-
just means like whether or not you can get your hands on it. If you've got your hands on it, then it just works the same way as any other weapon of its type.
yeah.
oh, okay. So
Is it just a regular whip?
It's the whip claw.
The whip claw,
Yeah,
that's like a catfolk weapon.
yeah. Catfolk, finesse, hampering, and reach.
Okay. Well, you never asked me if you could have a whip claw in the beginning, so
But-
you know.
But he's a cat folk.
The feat
Oh.
does actually help you then, because the whip claw is an advanced weapon. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
bring it down to martial for you.
You're right. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're right, B. Will. It's not because it's uncommon; it's because it's
Yeah.
advanced. But the
I
same.
knew-
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason to take it. Then I got Vivacious Speed, which increases my movement to 10 feet when I have that pistachio,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 feet when I'm not pistachiating.
Mm-hmm.
I also got Great Fortitude. I got the Opportune Repose.
That's a big.
Yep. So I can now do some stuff when enemy critically fails an attack.
You really need to get a reaction you can do when they critically hit you, because that seems to be your problem recently.
So my
Yeah.
question for
Yeah.
you, B. Will, is if you lose your pistachio, would that give you pulsed almond clarity?
Oh,
I don't know. I think I'll have to pray to the nut
the
gods.
planters?
And
No, I think
to
when
the
he-
planters. I
When he
like that
loses
better.
his pistachio, it's post finisher clarity.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, because he does a finisher in order to. All right.
Yep.
wow. Anyways,
not
what
a
did you
nut
take
joke.
for stylish trick?
for stylish trick, I took Slippery Prey, which did not come in handy at all.
That lets you like escape, right?
It reduces the penalties for map.
Hmm.
You're able to escape bonds more easily than others. When you attempt an escape using acrobatics or athletics, you reduce the multiple attack penalty for repeated attempts to -4, -8, and then the penalty becomes -3 and 6 when you're a master. And when you're legendary, you take no penalties for the follow-ups.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it would have helped you if you had been conscious, but the time that you were grappled, you were unconscious the whole
I would-
time. So
So
next time it'll come in handy.
next time, yep. And then one housekeeping question: how many hero points are we starting with tonight?
We'll be starting with 2.
unless you're me.
And yeah, unless you have a rock solid carry through point, then you'll be sitting on 3.
Like a birthday.
The old god, I'm gonna
Oh, no.
die point.
Yeah, I had to use my rock solid the same night I got it.
So now
I
you're
would
soft.
just-
I'm
Yeah.
soft.
I'd like to point out that the amped cantrips aren't in the compendium.
Did they add it to the game system?
I don't know.
I think
I
they may
see
have
side
added it.
cantrips and amps, but I don't actually see the spells.
Oh,
I think you just look for the spell.
I did, and there was like warp step, for instance.
Yeah.
And all that pops.
Um,
The legacy one, the new one, and the spell effect.
Did you check your boost levels?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, you can type anything in the compendium, right? And then it pops up.
Should
Depends
work.
on the filters.
I even tried amp.
Even
Uh,
ride amp. I wonder. I might try the non-legacy warp step because it's really weird. It doesn't have anything filled in the compendium. I wonder if when you drag it into a character sheet, if it does something weird. But that's neither here nor is it there. We should have Swing joining in here soon, but let's go ahead and get things cranked up. You are aboard the Marlin and you are ready to get underway. What is your destination and who's taking the helm?
I would like one point of clarification.
Mm-hmm.
When we got to the town and the crowds were chanting all those things, do we feel like that was referring to us?
I mean, I don't know that you necessarily would know for sure. You maybe felt like maybe it referred to you, but I don't think you'd have any way to really. I mean, I think
the chanting
probably
or the name calling.
Well, I don't know if the chanting. They weren't really chanting anything, but there was
They
like
just
a
was whispering it. right?
yeah. There was a susurration
Okay.
of speech.
Susurration, I understand that word.
But
Yeah.
didn't I confirm that one was talking about me?
I
I
think. I don't know if he said it.
I just asked where did he hear it
Explicitly.
from, and he didn't tell me. He said,
Yeah.
"Don't you know?"
Or something. He said something vague. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
what
he was
said.
being vague about it.
But yeah, I mean, I think it would make
Okay.
sense. It would be weird for them to be like, while you're in here, they're saying all this stuff. You know, like they gather around because they did gather around because you were there. Like you noticed the
Okay.
crowd gathered, like after you got there. They weren't just already there. And then they started saying those things. So I mean, probably
Okay.
you would think that they were probably about you at least, even if not like pointed straight at you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now back to the question at hand. What is your destination and who's helming the ship?
Well, I'm assuming we're heading back towards where we left the Constellation, because I think our intent was to
Kick
see if we can,
everybody off and go
see if we can
find our
find
people.
anybody else.
I mean, I'll
Um,
help.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty good in selling lore, so I can be at the helm. I don't care. I think I want to stay towards the center of the ship. I've been swimming enough lately.
Just want to say center mast. Center mast.
Center mast.
Anyways,
I break
Okay,
out
so
a
that's,
I break out a 50-foot length of rope, tie it to the center mast, and tie it around his waist.
sounds like a great way for him to be hanged in the next combat.
Or drug behind the ship. One
No,
of
no,
the two.
yeah, no, fishing. He's bait.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, cool. Nobody's gonna dive on the helm. I think
Not
probably.
me.
I mean,
No, I think we should leave it up to
Svalder is
destiny.
the most experienced. Brother John is like, if it is my destiny to man the helm of this ship, I will do so. I will.
Wesley's not opposed to it either. I mean, he'll.
Even though Svalder might have been on the ship longer, I don't think he's comfortable.
We just have
comfortable
Monty
enough.
helm.
Didn't somebody have what was it, ship navigating or something like that? Navigation
Well,
I
sailing
have-
lore
or
is
sailing lore or
generally
something like that?
gonna be how
Yeah.
you helm a ship, and I think a lot of you have it. So
Yeah.
I'm not one.
I have Cheliax lore.
I have the sailing lore.
you guys want to just make a sailing lore check to see who gets to command the ship?
Yeah.
Who rolls the best?
Are we rolling high?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
High wins or high gets to choose.
Oh yeah,
I
there
think
you go.
high
I get to
wins.
choose.
High gets to smoke the rope.
It's not me. It's not my fault.
Hey, hold on. I get to smoke the rope.
Oh, okay. Are you rolling who all's rolling a sailing lore? Svaldo, are you getting in this?
I don't have sailing lore.
Oh, you don't have it. Do you have something that's like piratey though? 'Cause it wouldn't necessarily just be sailing lore.
I mean, skill wise, no.
Okay.
My lore is hunting and
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, we're far away from Cheliac, so that's obvious.
The
Looks
closest
like-
thing.
We ain't in Cheliax anymore.
So far, it looks like
Oh.
Wesley's going to be taking the helm.
I think that is the case. Okay. So Wesley,
Young
you kind
Wesley.
of like walk up to the helm, the wheel, you know, and you
No one
sort
else
of
will.
start giving it a little bit of a turn
Mhm.
back and forth, and maybe look around. Does anybody?
It's
Speak up.
working. It's working.
Oh my God, we're doomed. The anchor is still down, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to pull it up through the hawse hole.
There's not any like damage, is there?
Yeah, the ship is
The
in
ship-
good
No.
shape.
Yeah.
And-
She's seaworthy.
And we had a few of the crew stay behind, right? They actually stayed with us to help man the ship.
I don't think we've talked about it yet. You do have, with just your people, you have enough to man the ship. Because you've got about, you've got 10 people now? 7 player characters? Or no, you've got 11 because you got Brother John. He does not seem to be skilled in the ways of the sea, though.
No.
My concern with having any of the original crew on the ship is that we might get left behind if we disembark.
And that was kind of my thought. I think while we're in port, we should probably hire maybe a couple of our own additional crew just to help.
Well, we were going back to look for crew, and we can
Yeah.
sail
Yeah.
with what
Yeah,
we
crew
have.
members.
So.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
we were also going to scout, and yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I thought we left everyone.
Yeah.
Our NPC friends.
Oh, are they staying behind?
I thought they
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
'cause-
that's
Because
what
I
you
asked Rain and
Hollister.
Hollister, my own
Mhm.
NPC, to stay
got it,
behind
got it.
and help him. Thanks, bro. To
Yeah.
stay behind and help get as good a deal as he can on the captain's cargo.
So you're taking Roscoe and Brother John with you.
That sounds right.
Roscoe's a G to have in a fight.
Yeah,
Right.
and he is a sailor too. So that's
He went from the meme to the dream in one session.
all it took was just one leap of faith.
It's destiny.
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 Okay. So you guys set out. You have roughly a crew of 8 then, and a John. He doesn't really know anything about sailing, but he if you ask him to do things, he's not unwilling to help out. He just doesn't he doesn't know how to tie any of the knots or pull, do the lines or anything like that. So
Can he cook?
Did he mop the poop deck?
He can bless us.
Yes, I can do. Yes, I'll do all those things.
I mean,
I-
I think Bromer should take him under his wing and start showing him how to sail.
I don't know how to sail.
Then you will teach him
Perfect.
well.
It's his destiny.
Oh,
to
I
learn
thought you
how
meant
to
me
sail.
teach him how to sail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
Bromir's like, this is how you do a mast. I don't know.
that is why I say I could load the cannons. I know how to do that.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay, so you guys set sail, and start making your way back toward. You said you wanted to head to where the constellation was.
Yeah, I think we were
Yes.
still wanting to explore the rest of the island to try and
Sail around, see if we
Try
can
to-
any signs of life.
Maybe do
we
a
have
circuit.
we have to find somebody there. We did not find them, even though we killed the moose. It was not the moose.
So it takes you guys about a day to get back toward the island, or to get back to about where I've got you here. If you guys can all see this on the map, right?
Yes.
Give you just a little more visibility. I feel a sneeze coming on here.
Thanks for
While
the-
you're
That
about
one.
while you're sneezing, are we back to full health from the
Yeah.
battle?
Yeah, everybody's going to be topped up by the time you get there for sure. It's coming. I know it's coming.
Well, just do it.
I've been talking about it so much now, it may not happen.
Oh my God.
But when
What was
you're
it? Big elephant little elephant. I don't know something. You're supposed to say something prevents you from sneezing. I don't. Also, putting your
so
finger in
close.
your nose also keeps you from sneezing.
It
Guarantee
might be better to just.
sneeze.
I love that. No sound.
Oh,
But now you got a mess everywhere. You could just put your finger in your nose and just.
I was hoping he was going to headbutt his microphone, to be honest.
He started
Oh.
to. It's one of the violent ones.
Usually these
Just a
things come in
single, huh?
threes, but we'll
Okay.
see. But yeah, you get to about there, and the weather turns on you very quickly.
Left or right.
Which I think is maybe something I haven't brought up before, but it would have been something that happened while you've been here. You being this close to the Eye of Abendago, like the weather just will change on a dime, and rain all the time. But rain for a few minutes, like torrential downpour, and then clear up, or it'll rain for 3 days straight. Obviously, I haven't been here long enough for one of those, but you've kind of already experienced the volatility of the weather. And as you get to about here, like this big, you see dark storm clouds just rushing out from the northeast, like coming from the eye, this huge sort of storm system. And the wind picks up, starts blowing. It's a chill, cool air that starts blowing at you. The swells start rising, water splashing all over the place. What do you guys do?
Quick question.
Mhm.
Is it even possible for Rain to be here? We left her in Drowning Rock.
Okay. Okay.
When
Well
I moused
played.
over the boat, it says pristine, but I thought it was the Marlin that we are, and then I realized the
okay.
ship is pristine.
That's
But
right.
the
It's in
Marlin
pristine condition.
condition. Right.
Yeah. Wow. Terrible.
Back to back.
So the weather is getting choppy, and I feel like we'll need some handling of the ship here in order to continue on the right course and not sink and all that stuff.
I see what you're doing.
Obviously, our helmsman will be making a check. We'll be making the primary check, but anybody who wants to aid him can with whatever you feel is appropriate, like a sailing lore, or possibly I would take an athletics check to like you're pulling lines and controlling sails or whatever the fuck you do when you're sailing. I don't
Holy
Oh,
moly.
Can I
Calder hits you with
assist
a
with
big old -1.
intimidation?
You
Oh, okay.
intimidate the shit out of the wind.
But I
Hold
come,
the helmsman.
I counteract that one.
And give him
Does
a
that work
+1.
that way?
Yeah, well, it's +2 versus the -1, right?
I
So
guess
it's,
so. Yeah.
+1.
Yeah. If somebody
Um,
rolls a 20, then it's just +2. Right?
What?
If somebody else rolls a 20, it would be +2 though, right?
I don't think so. They don't. It's just one set.
Yeah, you just get the
one penalty and one positive. All right. Give us your
stuff.
sailing lore check, Wesley, for commanding the ship.
command it well.
and that's with the +1, right?
That is with a +1. Yeah.
Swalder's trying to tighten up the ropes for the storm and accidentally chokes out Taven.
I did tie that rope to Taven's waist.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Okay. How do you imagine, like, what is Wesley's demeanor as he's commanding the ship in your first, like, up until now it's been real smooth sailing. You haven't really had to make any decisions. Everybody knows what they're doing mostly, but now you have to make some calls. How does he handle it?
I mean, he's going to be strictly focused on keeping the ship on the correct heading. And as he's staring into the wind, you hear him. You might hear him shouting, "Say my name!"
Sail.
Somebody bring me my brown pants.
Wesley?
Say my name! Or I guess it could be, say my name, say my name.
Destiny's
When
Child.
nobody is around
When the wind
you.
is all around you.
Say, baby, I'll blow you. No, never.
Whoa!
Wait.
I figured this would be don't go chasing waterfalls.
Back to the
Oh.
TVMA.
Don't go chasing blowies.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, Wesley, are you? I guess I don't know the context here when you say your name. Are you? Is this?
I was.
What is he
just
talking about?
He's
Please
just
don't.
trying to concentrate on.
Piss the deluge god off even more.
I just feel like he's in the zone and he's like, "Say my name, bitches."
Yep.
He's like all
Okay.
pumped.
Just an
Yeah.
expression of confidence. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wesley's
exactly.
favorite artist is Destiny's Child.
It makes sense
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
when you think about it. Okay.
It's
Well,
Destiny.
you
Child.
guide the ship critically well through the storm. The sails hold up perfectly. You know, nothing gets torn. You don't go off course.
It was a team
and
effort.
you make good time back to the Isle of Consummations. Now, as you guys come into the island here, like the first, you know, you'll be rounding the southern tip, which is where the temple was. If you look to your maps, you can see these little dots here roughly are where the actual thing is. So if you want to go to the constellation, then you'll kind of like hook around the southeastern corner there and sail up. I think
Well-
in the past we've talked about you guys wanting to explore more inland. So if you'd like want to make landfall on the south side and just go inland from there, you can. Or if you want to go over to the constellation, you can do that.
Well, I think
so
How
we
long
had,
does it take to navigate these squares? How long?
I think each of the
Or
squares,
hexagons.
each of the hexagons is probably going to be like a half a day. I think. How much? What is the scale here? 5 feet.
5 feet.
So I honestly just a couple seconds. I
Half
think
a day
in-
to a couple seconds.
I was getting confused because the big map, I think it was 1 square as a day, but this is much more zoomed in than that.
Yeah.
So I want to say it's probably you can cover like 3 or 4 squares a day depending on how fast you're moving.
well, I think with the weather the way it is, we probably want to get to the lee side of the island.
Yeah,
That makes
you said,
sense.
You said most of the storms are coming out of the northeast, right?
Yeah, they're like blowing this direction because the Eye of Abendego is like basically up here.
Yeah.
So obviously not all storms come this direction, but like the volatile stuff is usually spawned off from that permanent storm.
Yeah, I'm thinking the lee side, the left side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's take
Bromir,
a.
not knowing much about sailing lore, thinking Wesley just named it the lee side, shortened for his name, Wesley.
Yeah, the other side is the west side. This is the lee side.
That's the
Yeah.
lee side, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Sadly, the west side
Which
is
is-
not the west side; it's the east side. But you know,
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it works out.
okay. So you want to continue up this way,
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, let's hang that left turn at Albuquerque and
And you want to go up here?
yeah.
Okay. And go ahead and just since you're moving through these waters, we will.
Now,
I gotta get.
While we're coming around, do we see any fires burning, any signs of life, maybe something that might have been posted on shores to gather attention?
Nothing like that pops out at you. No. At least not in the spaces where you pass here.
Now, somebody has a spyglass, so we should be able to, if we can see the land over the horizon, we should be
Is-
able to do some scanning with the spyglass to see if we see anybody.
Is there a crow's nest? If
There
there is,
is,
I'll get.
yeah. It's not terribly high on the sloop, but it's it's a lot higher
Yeah.
than the deck.
Higher than the deck.
Yeah, I'll go up
Um,
there and I have a spyglass.
What do the scanners read? Yeah,
What do the
you're kind of, and I know you guys have a couple of spyglasses with you. Did you by chance take the charts from the constellation?
Yes,
Totally.
of course we did.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Okay, well that would make sense that you did.
I mean,
That's great
Why
thinking.
wouldn't we? We're sailors.
We took everything from
Absolutely.
the constellation.
Yeah.
These are treasured documents that sailors must keep up with.
Yes.
No, I specifically remember us going into the captain's quarter, looking at maps and taking the stuff that we thought we were going to need.
Mhm,
Yeah, I didn't totally
Yeah.
object to that at all.
And I think the repair spars on the deck, I think you guys carried those with you this whole way as well.
Obviously.
We have a large
Um,
backpack. It's
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
So yeah, Wesley, you're able to sort of read the charts. There are some detailed charts of this area, and there are like a few marks about particularly dangerous rocky spots where it's more shallow than it seems to be. That kind of stuff, places to watch out for. So there's a few spots as you're navigating around the corner here that you can't get as close to shore as you would like to be, but you are able to keep it within sight. Like it's on the horizon the whole time. You're never far enough away that it dips off the horizon. So with the spyglass in the lookout spot, you're kind of scanning the island as you go past. Occasionally you see signs of wildlife, something like maybe a wild boar or something.
moose.
You don't see any other moose yet. But yeah, you don't notice anything like Hess said. You don't notice any fires or smoke or anything
No.
like that.
No SOS and rocks written on the beach.
No SOS and rocks. You don't notice. You don't see any people, on this side of the island either.
Do we see any undead?
No.
Seems fine.
Do we see any living dead?
Girls, living dead girl.
Living dead girl? Yeah.
That song played on one of my stations the other day. I was like, what? I haven't heard Rob Zombie in forever.
It's been a minute.
Okay.
I wonder what he's up to.
I don't know.
Rich.
But yeah, by the time you get over here, the storm has mostly died down. It's still kind of sprinkling out, but you can actually see, like, as you look up into the sky, you can see the clouds starting to like kind of break apart, and get less dark. It's like a light gray now. What do you guys want to do?
Should we set anchor and disembark and start exploring the island to see if we can find the rest of our crewmates?
Do we have a dinghy with us on this boat that we can traverse from?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a
deep
dinghy.
Okay.
The one they used the dinghy to bring that guy to shore. You remember?
Oh yeah.
How
Brother
much?
John.
How much time till dark?
I think you guys would have sailed through the night. So it's actually probably like midday now, I want to say.
I mean, we're not seeing any signs. Do we want to make a complete circuit and end up back on the other side by the constellation and reach out from
And
there?
I would say, although the islands look very small here, like it is dense enough that there's land inside of there that you can't see from the shore.
Right.
Yeah, but
So-
sailors, if we're stranded, would definitely want to at least make some sort of sign on the shore.
Right. Yeah.
I would.
'Cause, I mean, you can't
Think
get
so.
seen in the middle of a jungle doing nothing.
And it's probably not a bad idea to head back around to the constellation, because if any of our crewmates see it, they're likely to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Just get a complete circuit of the island, and that'll give us an idea of how much time we're gonna end up
Yeah.
spending on search and rescue.
But my only fear is that they don't know where the constellation is. So, hopefully, when we navigate around the island, we'll see more signs of life.
Assuming, of course, they're even on this island.
Correct. Yes, they could be on the other island, to the west side.
The lee side.
No, the west side.
I don't even know if I used the right word. I think I did, but
But you did
think
now,
it's
and
right.
it is canon. So,
It's yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, leeward is
Other.
downwind from the point of reference along the direction towards which the wind is going.
WTF.
The next stream title is going to be West Side Story.
Nice. I love it. Put it in the bank, bro.
put it. Take it to the
Okay,
bank.
so you guys are gonna pivot. You're gonna turn around, go back around the south side, And
I
there's a
was
Yeah.
constellation.
thinking.
Oh, you want to go around the top?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the top. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's go around the horn.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's
You know,
say
complete a
Exploration
circuit.
circuit, if you will.
I got to move all these ne'er-do-wells here.
With
Is
sea
they'll-
serpents? What now?
Hmm?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just hidden tokens on the map. Nothing to worry
Yeah,
about.
hidden random encounters. You know.
So you sail off into the darkness and are lost forever.
The
as you-
nothing. It's the nothing.
As you continue upward, you notice this is like a long
The keys.
archipelago.
Yeah.
Your charts indicate that there are a couple spots you can safely cross through. So it's up to you whether you want to go all the way to the tip, which you can see on the charts is further up, or if you want
thinking
to.
Maybe like right about there.
Okay, so you
if
want to
we
come up here
can-
and cross.
How many
Yeah,
days
cut
is
through
that then?
those.
It's gonna be another day. Basically, a whole another day is gonna
2.
pass.
So we've gone 2.5 days in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
I think it's been like 2, maybe 2.5.
You said 3 of these
Or one,
make one
2.
day, or 2?
It's 3 or 4, but I would say you guys did make good time with his check. So yeah, I'll say it's 2 days on the money.
The
We
benefit
were
of the
doing
wind.
four squares a day.
Yeah. 4 square meals.
Yeah,
Wesley called the name of the wind.
that's right.
That's right.
We must have
Say
had
say my
second.
name. I am the wind. That's what he. That's what it was about. So you're wanting to cross over there.
Yeah.
You make your way back down. On this side, there's not really anything.
I'm assuming we're still staying close enough without running aground to
Yeah.
the island, right? Even though it just looks like we're far away.
Yeah. I mean,
Do
you
we-
know, just like if I put you in this square, then you're like on it. You know.
Do we see
Imagine
any like
if our ship was this big.
right? Do we see any like tropical vegetation, like coconuts or some edible food?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. And I should mention, one thing you guys noticed on the Isle of Consummations while you were there is that it was a very unusual vegetation, like deciduous trees, and then like these massive mushrooms and shit. You do notice when you get to maybe like around here, like just north of where it says Isle of Consummations, and then on all these archipelagos up here, it's not like that. It's much more tropical. You do see palm trees, coconut trees, like all kinds of the regular tropical style vegetation that you would expect.
What you'd expect, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we are in a tropical zone.
Yeah, the weather is definitely tropical here.
So the Isle of Consummations seems to be an anomaly.
Yeah, that bottom
The
part
vegetation.
is there's
Yeah.
something weird. Yeah,
Something going on there.
I'm gonna grab a drink, but continue talking.
So I guess that begs the question: do we want to continue on down to the Constellation, park there, or do we park off the coast of the isle and investigate the anomaly?
What is our food situation? Do we need to stop and get food?
Yeah, it's a great point. I think you guys are pretty good on food. Let me scroll up to the last time we had a food reference.
That's kind of why I was tracking the days
As
too.
good as the moose jerky is, it may be time for some variety in our diet. We don't want to get the scurvies.
Oh no, man. We picked up enough rations for at least a month when we were at the other port, right? Nope. Damn it.
Did you pay for
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Oh, I have money. I could have.
So you just admitted you didn't. Damn it.
I could have. Means
I
you
mean, I
didn't?
was pretty distraught when we were at port. You know, I had
That's
how
true.
much-
You pretty
He was
much
otherwise
died.
occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having trouble finding the last reference. I believe we were right around 30 meals left. That's 30 man day meals. So
30-man days.
yeah, so with 9 people aboard, you're gonna kill 18.
So that's like 3
Basically-
days worth.
Yeah, so you're down to. We'll say you're down to 12 day-man rations. At this point,
We just want to mark that in like the party stash.
that's a good idea.
Does Foundry not have an add-on or something we can track that with?
I'm sure they do. They've got an add-on for everything. Let's see. We've got the party. We've got. I'm wondering, can I just have like generic notes about the party somewhere? I don't see anywhere.
Not a note section in the party.
Mm-mm. And we'll just add an item, like Dom said. I think I'm gonna just use the ration thing, but these are gonna be day man rations, not week man rations. The way these are used.
Yep, that works.
So you're gonna have 12 dayman rations, and just ignore the 7 of 7.
Can you change the 7 of 7?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's like charges. Yeah. Okay. Here, there's uses. 0 of 0. 1 of 1. There we go. Nice. There we go. Got it.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys have like another day and a half worth of rations until you need to get something somewhere. Like I said, you have seen some wildlife along the edge of the land. So if you want to hunt or something, that's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll go.
Should I need to do a search for coconuts or something like that, or is it going to be something that could be generally easy to find?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have you do like just a roll to see how well you do. I don't think you would definitely be able to find some coconuts. It's whether or not you could find enough to count as a ration, basically.
Many nuts.
You'd need to have a lot of nuts and a lot of cocoa as well.
I've got a lovely
bunch of coconuts.
Coconuts. Big ones, small ones, some as big as I don't remember the rest.
I think you missed. There they are, standing in the row.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so you guys, do you want to just make landfall right here, roughly where you're at? So you would just kind of pull in right there, or do you want to go down to the constellation? Right here, where you pull in, this is kind of like right where that dividing line is between weird vegetation and normal.
I think this is a good spot.
Yeah, I think we should explore here.
If it's something, if the vegetation doesn't fit, it's got my curiosity piqued.
You must have quit. I was just thinking the same thing. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, you guys, you are going to drop anchor. How do you want to like try and find, a cove or something, or you just want to drop anchor out in the water? How do you want to do that?
Are there coves?
There have been a few, not a lot, not big enough that you could actually fit the whole ship in. But if you wanted to maybe try and find a little, something that kind of blocks the sight line from land,
Right.
you could probably find
Something
something like
hidden.
that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think probably you would find like right here at the bottom of this this formation right here. There's a little rocky spot where you can kind of tuck it and maybe make it a little less easy to see. Okay. So you drop anchor, furl the sails, tie up everything, and lock her up tight. And is everybody going on land? Do you want to leave Roscoe and Brother John, or take them with you, or?
I think we should have them there with some flares in case something comes
Well,
up.
Why don't we ask Brother John what does he want to do?
I guess I am confused, Father Bromir. What is our pilgrimage here? I thought we were going to go back to Drenchport.
This is one of the few stops along the way to Dredgeport. We are looking for other disciples. Right now.
There are others, you think, on the Isle of Consummations?
Yes, we did have other disciples at one time, and along our journey we got separated, and we are looking for our lost disciples.
You had your own disciples. Oh wow.
Yes,
You
we
must
are looking
be-
for our lost lambs. We
You
shall
must be
shepherd
so
them
wise.
back.
That's good. I would love to see it, if I could, with my own eyes, to see a father gather his lost lambs.
You might have noticed I'm not much of a shipman. I'm more of a herder.
You know, you seem so
Bromir.
knowledgeable about ships to me.
Bromir loves to hurt things.
Yes, I am a herder.
I am a herder of things. Yes.
I don't like to hurt. I like to hurt.
Yes, I think I understand the lesson. I think.
I hurt the non-herders.
But if I can follow, I think I'll definitely get it. Would it be okay if I made landfall with you?
Well, yes, you can. You can.
Oh, that's great. Roscoe's over there like twiddling his thumbs. He's like putting two and two together. Like, okay.
I need some.
Yeah.
alone
Did
time.
he roll perception? I didn't see roll perception.
Taven's
He's just sense motive.
Taven's just smiling. I'm so proud
All right,
of you.
all right. I'll stay behind. I get it. Somebody's got to watch the ship. It's fine.
Hey,
So
Brian
proud of you.
Shark come out of nowhere, you know.
Now, well, I'm not getting in the water. At least not for a couple more weeks. Then I'll
I mean-
forget about it.
I mean, normally cats eat the fish, not the fish eat the cat.
Yeah. You turn that one on its tail.
Unless
Yeah,
you were a
Always a
catfish.
bigger fish.
I don't know if you guys saw a post on Reddit recently of an orca toying with a great white.
Yes.
That shit was fucking wild.
It was crazy.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Those orcas are fucking scary.
Yeah, like it rammed it going like fucking
Yeah.
30 or 40 miles an hour and killed the shark by like preventing it from moving.
Oh
Like,
wow. Suffocated
pretty
the shark.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Orcas and crows. I don't mess with them.
Okay, so you guys get on the land. You take your dinghy to land, drag it up on the beach, and like I said, here you can kind of almost see a dividing line. To the south is this wild, weird vegetation. Most of what you're seeing right here is like to the south is like the deciduous trees. You're not seeing like the big, crazy, tall mushrooms right here. And then to the north, you see palm trees, sandy goodness, all that kind of tropical business. What do?
I guess Valder will at least start looking around, see if there's any like noticeable movement or prints of some sort of like humanoid
Okay.
peeps moving around.
Give me a survival check.
I also do lore hunting.
Oh, actually, yeah. Give me one of those instead. Except this time you're hunting man.
Man.
Not having any luck today. You do feel like you notice that there are some like disturbances to the vegetation. You can't really find any track or trail, but some things do kind of look a little out of place. And it seems like the out of placeness kind of intensifies a little to the south, but that's all you can get.
Okay.
I'll do a search for some coconuts or that
Okay.
kind of thing.
And do a little survive check
Little-
for
Little
gathering.
food. It's just a 20 roll, straight 20 roll.
I love it. Let's roll a natural 20, dude.
How about half of that, almost?
I'll say you do. You want to spend what, like maybe an hour or so?
Oh gosh, that's a long time.
That's too long. 30
I
minutes?
guess I'm kind of keeping with the party, but not straying too far away, kind of thing.
Okay, so you
I
just want to
guess while
kind of
we're-
survival as you go.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well, let's
survival
see-
as you go. Yeah,
Survival as you. Okay, we'll see what everybody else is doing, and then we'll kind of base like how much you find on how long
Okay.
this is going to be.
unless somebody else wants to
Um,
help.
So yeah, what else is everybody doing here?
Now, you said there weren't any of the mushroom, like the giant mushrooms in the spot that we're at now. Is there anything else, any other vegetation that's anomalous?
It's just like I said, you do see like deciduous trees here.
And-
So those stand out as being like
Okay.
non-tropical, but
I would like
they're- not crazy weird.
to do like maybe a nature check to see if I can discern anything
Okay, sure.
as to why they're here. Is any of this going to be related to the deluged god, or I forgot what I had for the other thing? I think it was. Is this still Tovam's eye?
It may be.
I think it is, because I don't think I've changed it. I didn't change it.
No, neither of those would apply.
Okay. There go my rocks.
Jesus, 11, man. What is going on?
Wow.
3 different bonuses, and you all got added up to 11.
We're just slightly
Nature.
above average.
You know, I mean, you kind of inspect like the root systems of the deciduous trees, right? Because that's one of the like they don't thrive in this location because of, you know, just the nature of how this area works. But as you like investigate the trees themselves, they seem to be perfectly healthy. You can't really make anything else out of it, but they seem to be thriving in a way that they wouldn't, like if they just got transplanted here somehow, you would expect them to quickly wither and die, or not necessarily quickly, but over a fairly short amount of time.
Oh god, we
But,
just stumbled upon a druid's grove and we killed his moose.
Kill
I
the
think
druid's
you're
moose.
right, Chris. Yeah. Or we killed the druid.
But yeah, there's definitely something. It seems like maybe sustaining them.
What color are the leaves? The
They're
deciduous
green.
ones. So it's like as if it were summertime, springtime kind of thing
Right. Yeah.
to them. Interesting.
Well, I'm completely out of my my area of expertise, so I think I'm just gonna make sure that I sit up, stand tall, and keep an eye on the surroundings, just looking for anything out of place. Not that I would know what's out of place, but maybe some leaves rustle over here and it might grab my attention, or I see a little something moving. I'm just gonna try to stay alert, look around.
Are you trained in survival?
No.
Okay. You could make a survival check if you'd like to. Try to roll an 11 on it if you can. Let's keep this going. Oh, combo
empty.
breaker. Okay, you actually do spot a set of tracks. It's very, you know, it's pretty subtle, but you know, sort of imprinted into like kind of the mossy underfloor. You notice some imprints that are left behind. You feel like you could follow it. It heads to the south. It looks like the person was, and you can actually see. It looks like it's not necessarily 2 sets of tracks, but it looks like the same creature came north and then went back south. Is what it looks like to you.
Oh well. Oh, excuse me. I'll reach over to Wesley since he was the one looking around and kind of point the tracks out to him.
Mm.
Show him that since he was out looking for something specific, that might be a little something we might look further into.
And you do notice that these tracks are not booted. This is like a bare foot, a bare humanoid foot,
So not a barefoot.
not a bear necessarily.
Like a baby bear? Small?
It could be like a little. This could be somebody's future animal companion. Should
As
shoot
long
it.
as it's not a silver owl.
And then once I point out the tracks, I'll let them kind of decide what they want to do since I, again, am way out of my area of expertise.
I love it as
know-
like I don't know what I'm talking about, but those are tracks. I don't know.
Right. I know I don't have any survival skills. yet.
How many toes?
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 toes. Looks like I said, humanoid. And I mean, now that you've found the tracks, like you could follow them for a while. You don't really know how far, but as you kind of like follow along a little bit, you're like, yeah, I can keep following this.
Now,
you
were
guys want
they?
to follow those tracks?
Now, I may have missed. What direction are they going? Are they going the same direction we are, or away?
It looks like they came north and then turned back around and went south. So like the
They-
north facing ones are a little less less, what's the word? They stand
Fresh.
out less. And yeah, they're staler. And the south going tracks are fresher.
Right.
Use our
These
track.
south ones are more crisp.
They don't look like your tracks, no. You guys have never been this far north on the Isle, as far as you
Okay.
know.
And from where the tracks turn around, can we see the ship or anything, or are we far enough away?
Yeah, at this point you're far enough away you don't really see the ship here.
Is there 2 sets of tracks?
No, just one.
Okay.
So no, some second was
Are-
being carried.
I
Are
was
we-
thinking that it might have been Hollister or Rain's footprints.
That's what I was gonna ask. If we're still walking in that direction where Hollister and Rain were with the skeletons.
I mean, yeah, you're walking that direction, but it was way far south compared to where you're at right now. So you
it was
guys are
like,
you
what,
guys are
right
kind
here?
of like up here. That was like down here.
Oh, down there.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha. For some reason, I thought it was at like the tip of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
just revealed all of this stuff, I think, today. So, like, before, you guys were working with just, like, the places you've been before
Triangle
are, like,
Island.
up here. That's where you saw the ship, the other
Mhm.
ship. Over here was where you made your first landfall. And then the Temple of Deluge God. And I think you went a little bit further west over here one time. I
Okay.
don't know why I have the game still paused. So, most of your exploration has just been kind of right around that southeastern edge. And then, of course, now you've gone around the western edge and just looked at it from
The
the
lee edge.
water. The lee edge, yeah,
Yeah.
if you will. Now
If
you're
you
on the
will.
west side.
The
So
ledge.
Yeah.
yes. The,
It's your naming
Yes.
convention.
Hold me now. I'm 6
I'm-
feet from the ledge. And I'm
And I'm-
thinking.
sinking.
I wish,
Maybe
I wish somebody
feet.
had held me when I was on the ledge and fell off the side.
you got
Look,
punted, man.
It wasn't enough for you that we had somebody dive down to get you.
I did a double barrel 720 backflip nose dive.
Okay,
Double
I should,
barrel 720 no scope backflip.
Dolphin dive even.
I really should let that go. I guess I really should.
So I'm
The
assuming you
shark
guys
was
are
looking
filing
after
these
you.
tracks.
It grabbed you.
It did grab. It did. Yeah, I was looking after you. I
Grabbed
tried to
you.
help you.
As you follow the tracks southward.
I'm assuming
They're
we're
shark tracks, aren't
following together.
They're shark tracks. So you quickly get to the edge of this this landmass, and because you were already kind of on the southern end of it, and the tracks they like walk down to a sandy shore, and then just seem to like walk into the water, heading south still.
Before we go too much further, should we get back on the boat and maybe navigate down?
You could.
Perhaps I'm asking the guys.
It's probably
Yes,
not a bad idea.
Yes, I don't particularly relish the idea of swimming to the next island myself.
Okay.
Shouldn't we at least check underneath the water?
Underneath the water?
I mean,
Beneath the
tracks
waves.
walk into the water, right?
I am all out of water breathing spells. I
yeah,
can't.
but Romeo
do-
breathes underwater.
I do believe that if I
Do we
recall,
actually
the
know that he
skeletons were-
does?
Yes.
Yes,
I do
that's right.
believe that the skeletons were walking into the water with people and drowning them.
Yes, Father Bromir was chosen by the deluged god, blessed by him, as I was. Were the other disciples that you had with you, were they blessed by the deluge god as well, Father Bromir?
No, they are not blessed.
Oh,
Our,
We're not quite there yet.
they had more path to walk. I understand.
Just
they
so
have
we're
a long way to
clear,
go.
if Boromir doesn't want, then Father John could definitely, take some more steps. And
It's time to prove your faith, Father
There you
John.
go.
Now,
It's your
I am a
destiny.
simple brother, not a father. I can walk into the water if you'd like for me to.
We shall go together.
Yes, let's
Hand
go.
in hand.
And the two of you kind of like walk out into the ocean. Of course,
You
there's
first.
no tracks to follow in here. And as you get down in and kind of like you get your head underwater, you get far enough out that you can kind of, actually get completely underwater, which takes a little while. Like it's a pretty gentle beach here. You don't really see anything. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary down there. Okay.
you two keep going. We'll pick you up on the other side.
Okay.
I
you
go
guys
back
can
to the boat like I'm not
Continue to
stupid.
walk underwater. You're eaten by an orca.
Watch out.
Watch out for
I'm
the
gonna say,
shark.
watch out for the
orcas.
brine sharks.
All right. I'm gonna assume you guys are going back to the ship at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Get back on the ship, and I would say with your 11 on the survival, on the coconut scavenging. I mean, we'll call it a ration. I think probably it's more like a half a ration, but we'll just round up because I'm not doing halves. Here.
Was the seafloor pretty flat? Of course, of the sloping downward. I'm assuming, but
Yeah, it was a very gentle slope. It wasn't very steep.
but there weren't like hills under the ocean of sand or anything, or rocks or under water vegetation like seaweed.
Yeah, I mean there would have been seaweed. Yeah,
Okay.
but not a lot of rocks there. Like it was actually a pretty nice beach right there.
Okay. So no. Okay.
Go ahead and bump up that ration count. You guys are heading south, I assume. Where do you want to go? There's these little things here, and then there's the mainland down there. Do you want to stop by these little pieces of land, or do you want to go straight to the mainland?
You know, it probably wouldn't hurt to with the way that the tracks led into the water. Does it look like it was heading to?
Yeah. Does it line up with any of these islands?
Yeah.
Not exactly. I mean, like but it's hard to say. Like if they would have walked. They're definitely you wouldn't draw like a straight line from the beach to one of these little islands. No. But it was generally heading south, so you wouldn't necessarily be able to draw any firm conclusions there.
Do we want to get a few people to go in the dinghy to check out these small islands and then meet up with the Marlin further south?
No, that sounds like a lot of rowing.
Yeah, I think there'd be a
I
lot of
would-
arguments.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like,
It's a quite rousing row at that.
I mean, that sounds a lot like splitting the party. So, yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Unfortunately,
I
the
could
small
imagine.
islands are occupied by were-orcas.
Where orcas? Oh
Yeah,
God!
the were
Where?
on the little islands.
On the whole island.
And they have pet sharks.
It's my
Yeah,
island.
They're all left shark.
Piss
Um,
my-
Okay, so we can just
Yeah,
assume that we're not going
I
to throw those in.
say we get as close as we can. Scan the little islands with the spyglass, and see if anything looks out of place
Yeah,
at this point.
just for the
Kinda
sake
making-
of brevity.
Making your way south, you kind of pass by that first little island. Look on it. It looks like it's pretty bare. There's like one big tree on there.
You say there's a
can't
bear?
really- No, there's no bears. The were
A
orca
werebear?
is sitting under the tree.
It's
just
the
having a
were-
little rest.
The werebear
As you
stare.
pass the second little island, it's similarly fairly unoccupied, sparse. Can I say sparse? Is that the name of a creature? But as you're getting past that little island, you do notice with your spyglass something a little unusual out in the distance. You see, is it maybe like a mirage? It looks like maybe a man walking across the ocean, heading south.
You say that people
Like-
with spyglasses?
Yeah,
Like
and whoever
on
has
the
the
water?
spyglass. It looks like on the water, or maybe it's just a weird
Jesus.
mirage. Who knows? You're kind of
we
far away,
killed
but
this moose.
I think we found Jesus, and he's out there, and we probably should stay away.
He's looking for his moose.
it's Jesus, and you've killed his hey moose.
If I'm still up in the bird's nest or the
Crow's
the
nest.
crow's nest,
There you go.
and I see what I think is somebody walking on the water, I'm gonna look down and say, I need somebody to come up here and tell me if I'm losing my mind or not.
I need.
We can tell you that from down here that you are.
all right, I
need-
need some.
I need to take a nap.
I need a break. Somebody else needs to come up here and look in this direction and tell me what you see.
Somebody gonna go up there?
I'm assuming I'm.
Sure,
steering.
I'll do it if no one else
Okay.
says it.
Yeah, Bromir, you scamper up there, get the spyglass out. By now, you would have naturally kind of made some ground on him. Not a lot, not a lot of time has passed, but you are getting closer. You're moving faster than he is.
This is where I say, "What guy?"
You do see a guy, but you're like, fuck this guy. No, you do see what looks to be, a man, maybe some kind of humanoid figure. You see, like, you can make out some kind of greenish clothing, but again, you're pretty far away still. Like, he hasn't
Okay.
heard you or turned to look because you're just like at the edge of the visibility of the spyglass here.
You're seeing that too, right? Meow.
I do see it.
Something overboard that way.
Man
those of you-
overboard.
Those of you who are not up there, anybody on the deck now, if you have a spyglass, could make out the figure as well. And you are, you're gaining on him fairly quickly.
And I can definitely tell that he's walking on the water. It's not like an.
Yeah, I think by now you can easily make out. Like, at first you were far enough away that it was like, maybe this is some trick of the eye. Now you're
Yeah.
close enough. It's like, no, he's definitely
He's-
just
Because
walking on the water.
there
Maybe
is that
he's
trick.
surfing.
If you're far enough away, you can see like
Yeah.
a ship that's floating.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, as you get closer, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
He's nearing the landmass now. Maybe he's like, quarter mile away from the landmass.
Go down
he'll
to
be-
Brother John and say, Brother John, have you heard of the legend of the floating man?
I don't think so, Father.
Today is your destiny. You're about to learn about the floating man.
This is very exciting. Is this another gift of the deluged god?
It could be a gift. It could be a curse.
Oh. Does the deluged god curse those who spit on his name?
Did you spit on his name?
No, I would never. But perhaps this floating man did.
Can you imagine not being able to ever enjoy the deluged god?
Being able
Being
to
delusional.
not being able to submerge yourself in water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Water
what a
repels
horrible
off your
curse.
skin.
Mm.
oh.
Actually, that sounds kind of beneficial to me. Not being able to be submerged in water. I want to talk to
How
this
does
guy.
one get this curse?
Yes, how does one acquire such a curse?
Some
you
say
might-
gift, some say curse.
He goes,
What? One man's
Curse.
curse.
Tavam, you seem so wise. I can't believe you would spit on the deluged god's blessing.
Well, maybe he didn't spit on the deluge god. Maybe this is a blessing from another god. We definitely need to talk to this guy.
Or maybe it is a blessing from the deluge god.
Maybe it is.
Maybe. Yes, he's allowed to walk on the deluge god's back. Perhaps
Is
it
he
is
actually
the
on
greatest
the water
blessing of
though,
all.
or is he above the water walking? I thought he was above the water walking.
It looks like he's on the water.
Okay.
Doesn't have
Well-
to hop over the waves.
It looks like
Oh,
he's.
that's a good question.
It's actually because you're like in between these land masses that are pretty close. There's not a lot of waves, but
That's-
whenever there is one, it looks like he walks over it, like like just because you have like some swells, and he's just kind of like walking up over it.
Well, that's
I'd
And, like, it's sort of they like wash over his feet as he's it's almost like he's walking over a dune that's washing over him at the same time.
I'd
That's
say
a pretty nifty trick, and I would like to know how to do it.
I say we drop the mainsail so we slow down and don't pass him, and then
And pull up next to him. Hey,
yeah, pull
you
up
know where
next to
Taco
him.
Bell is?
You know where Taco Bell is?
I hear they're
Sir,
open
this is
late.
the Wendy's.
Wow.
Are you going my way?
Okay, so you guys are following along slowly. In just a few minutes, he makes landfall, and he just walks up onto the beach, out of the water, or off of the water rather, and continues walking.
So we drop anchor, hop in the dinghy, and go after him.
Start
I
rowing.
want to start rowing. I want to talk to this guy if we can catch
He
up
seems
with him.
to be moving with a particular purpose. Like this whole time, you've been not like you've got a ship behind him. He hasn't turned to look at you even one time, as far as you know. He seems, and every time you look at him, he's just walking this way. Like he's not,
Dom would know this. He's a rare. He's just padding up and down.
He's looking for his moose.
He's a rare. Confused. He's looking for his moose. That's what it is. That's why he's walking, because his mount is dead. Anyways,
What ancestry was the person? I don't remember.
you haven't been able to identify him yet. He appears to be humanoid. I'd say at this range, you could probably, if you're using the spyglass, you could probably make out some pointed ear tips.
So
And he is
Elvish,
very tall.
is he lean,
Mm-hmm.
tall, lean, pointed ear?
Looks like an elf. Yeah.
Looks like an elf.
Probably.
So you guys get into the dinghy, row to shore. You lose a little ground on him, in the logistics of that. But by the time you get to shore, you can just make him out like kind of walking into a thicker part of the forest, and you kind of lose sight of him here and there as he, walks behind one tree here, and then you see him come out, a few feet further, and then you lose him again, and like if you don't make good time following him, you may lose track of him. You do see like his footprints though, which he's just made, and hey, you can tell they are basically the same size and shape as what you tracked in the beginning.
Is he within shouting distance? Would he hear us if we were to?
Yeah, you think so?
Ahoy! Ahoy!
You see he kind of pauses, and you can just maybe like he's like in between two trees here. You can kind of see like half of the back of him. He pauses, kind of shakes his head, and you're still fairly far away, so you're not sure if he's like saying anything. He doesn't turn around, and he starts walking again.
I'll scream ahoy one more time, just in case he thought he was hearing things. So I'll try to be
Hmm.
louder.
This time he just keeps walking. He doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop. All right. But we're rowing while he stops, so that helps us gain a little ground, I hope.
Well, by this time you guys have made landfall too, so
Oh.
you're on the land, and he's like just going into a forested part of the like. This is where the deciduous forest kind of like starts to get thicker. So as you guys approach him, you'll also be getting into the forest. But right now you're just on the beach.
All right. Well, I say we start jogging up after him after we get the dinghy pulled up.
Okay, pull the dinghy up on.
Could I do the general like alarm sound we would make with front like the crew of the Constellation with my signal whistle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, Twain.
Does it sound like zucchini?
Sure.
Is that just to inform them to be a? Are you just trying to make that sound to see if he replies at all, or?
Right, if he realizes, like, if he understands, like, what that call is, essentially.
Okay. Oh, go ahead,
Probably-
be well.
I was just saying it probably wouldn't hurt to do that anyway, because are we back on the main island at this point?
Yeah, this is the big one. So you guys would be like you're like right there at that tip.
So yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do the whistles anyway, because if there are still some of our crewmates here, they may hear the whistle.
You make the whistle, and he pauses again, and he kind of like does that thing where he looks side to side, but he doesn't turn around to face like the source of the sound. It almost looks like seeing it again, like maybe it's some kind of confusion. And then he seems to like sort of like his whole body kind of like shakes a little bit. Like he almost like he's shaking something off, like shaking off a feeling. And then you see him continue southward at a faster pace.
Oh shit!
Does
have
this
to double
come off
time.
as awkward? Like his
Yeah,
motions?
it definitely
does
is.
it
You've
feel
never
like
seen anybody
he's-
behave this way.
Does it feel
I
like
mean-
he's being pulled or manipulated? Like, you know how some people can try to struggle against something?
You could attempt a society check.
Fuck. All right. Nat D20, let's do this.
Yeah, you can't really make anything out. I mean, it seems weird, but you've seen a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are, you said jogging after. Is that still the plan?
Yep. Unless anybody's got an objection, yeah, I think so.
Are you trying to catch up to him as fast as possible, or are you trying to just kind of keep pace with him and follow?
Want to catch up with him. If we
Yeah,
can.
I imagine we're probably trying to catch him.
I would like to
Okay.
also try and
Which
be
is a shame
aware
because
of
I
the
feel like
surroundings,
this is about to go sideways.
in
Yeah,
case
I mean,
we're like being lured into something.
Yeah, I
that's
wanna-
exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't want to be running flat out if I can help it, but
Yeah,
fast
just
enough
kinda
to
like-
catch.
you're moving like Legolas over the plains.
Just,
Yeah,
just a
something like that.
little faster than he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, start off at a lope, and kind of you start closing the distance. He is moving fairly quickly now, and he does seem to have an instinctive understanding of or knowledge of the land. So like he just makes inherently better time in some ways because he goes over this rock this way and avoids this other branch, bramble, snag, or whatever that he obviously knows about, right? Like he's moving with a purpose. But just he doesn't seem to be trying to escape you. Like he just is moving a little bit faster. So you are able to keep pace and then even gain ground on him over time. By the time you reach maybe about here, is when you start to get pretty close to him. And I'd say at that point you're about 100 feet back. So you're starting to get into a range of a few things. I mean, at the speed that you're moving, he would definitely have to hear you. Like he can hear your footsteps, but he doesn't seem to be. Still doesn't seem to turn around. He's not really reacting to it.
Hey, stop!
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
What's your
hello.
name?
I don't know.
He
I'm
kind
feeling
of,
a little weird. The fact that we're chasing this person,
I know.
moving at a speed faster than a walk, he obviously should be able to hear us. He's at least show that he can hear us.
I can't.
I don't know. I'm gonna kind of slow down for just
Yeah,
a second.
I'm not running fast.
yeah, as Wesley says, "Hey, slow down." He does pause for a second. He doesn't turn around still.
Behind you!
But that
Oh,
is enough
God.
time. Like if you guys, you could kind of stop where you're at about 100 feet away, or if you want to close the distance to a certain point, you could do that as well. It's up to you, kind of how close you want to get.
No,
I wanna
I'm
get
gonna
at
slow
least-
down and pretty much kind of not come to a complete still, but definitely come to a slow walk as I kind of
Yeah.
like ponder over like this just doesn't feel correct.
I want to
Okay.
get like maybe within 50 feet of him or right at 50 feet away from him.
Mm.
I try to stop him before he gets too close away from us.
Okay.
Because I
As
think
soon
we're
as-
still 100 feet away, and if he's going to be 50 feet,
I
I'm
mean,
definitely not going to be 100. I'll definitely 100 feet sounds good to me. That I'm gonna slow down. I'm actually probably
Yeah.
gonna like
Taven's
hold
like,
my
"Damn it,
hands
I'm
out,
doing
see
it
if I
again."
can't grab people's
Yeah.
attention to slow
yeah,
down.
especially
with me.
Taven. Yeah.
guys, what can go wrong? I have been great at this kind of
I'm
thing.
gonna grab the rope that's still attached to
So
him
do we
and kinda
tie
yank
him up?
back.
Oh, that's right. I
Hog
never
tie?
left the ship. I was still tied to the ship.
Oh, that's
Guys?
right. Oh,
Guys?
that's a blessing. we the camera pans back to Taven tied up to the
I'm hanging over the side of the ship. I can't get the rope undone.
ship.
I mean, as
They're
soon
like,
as
first
soon
time,
as-
huh?
First time.
as soon as he stops, Wesley's like, I mean, the 100 feet back. As soon as he's like trying to catch his breath, just trying to catch your breath.
Okay. Yeah, after a second where you kind of stop, Taven, do you want to get 50 feet away or no?
75.
75. So you get a little bit closer. He kind of stops, and then he
Hello.
turns and looks back at you for the first time.
we
And
recognize
Dies
him?
immediately.
you don't recognize him. He doesn't look
Oh.
familiar to you, but he kind
I
of
would like to do some kind of recall knowledge check to see if I can figure out what he is, or if anything in particular stands out.
this would be a society check.
He has a
It's,
Yeah.
giant tattoo of a moose on his face.
Is he
he's
wearing a
wear-
name
he's
badge
wearing
that says my name is?
antlers.
A 25.
If he's got antlers, I'm out. I'm out.
Why
He does
not? There's more
have
meat.
antlers.
Nope, I'm out.
Okay, so you do recognize that he is an elf, for sure. You can tell that he's aged. Like he looks pretty old, especially for an elf to show signs of aging like this. He's got to be quite old. And you can, I would say, based on his garb, which is like a and now that you're closer, it's green, but you can see that it's actually composited out of like leaves and branches and vines, but not in a haphazard
Oh,
way.
okay.
It's like this is clothing that was grown to fit his shape. You're fairly certain that he's a druid of some kind or has some sort of primal power.
Can I?
And
As soon as
Sorry.
I discern that he's elvish, I'll speak to him in elvish. Please, we require assistance.
he's kind of like looking back at you too. This is the first time he's looked back, and I tried to help already. I
Oh.
John
tried
is
to
on the
help
ship, right?
already.
Is he saying that in common or Elvish?
That's in common. He does reply in common.
Oh.
Can I make a diplomacy check?
But
to
I
try
would
to-
say the first time he says it in common. The second time he says it in Elven.
We
And then he kind of like he does that full body shake again, and he kind of like starts walking south.
Can I try to do like a diplomacy check and say, "Hey, my
Sure.
friend, what's the big rush?
Mhm.
Stay a while and speak with us, please."
Give me that- give me that-
Or-
Listen.
Yeah, stay a while
Or-
and listen. And
or-
no.
Oh, I saw a 20. for
Anybody
him.
want to throw a hero point?
Oh, sure. Why the hell not? I mean, it's not like I'm gonna need
What
him to
could
save my
possibly
life.
go
like,
wrong?
Yeah, I mean,
There
yeah.
aren't any sharks on this island.
Shit, that wasn't worth
Is there anything that we can assist you with?
Assist. Yes, assist. Assist. And he's like walking away. Yes, you could assist.
The druid
Okay.
obviously seems crazy.
Does
Where-
he have a
Just-
yellow exclamation mark over his head?
It's more of a question mark.
More of a
Oh,
question.
oh,
mark.
a turn in. Okay.
Where are you going? How can we assist?
don't-
Where are you going?
Keep up with him. I'll keep up. I'll catch up. Go.
Yeah, I'll keep following him.
Yeah.
I mean, because why not? That would totally be out of character if I was at the back of the pack.
Yeah.
How?
just wouldn't-
Yeah, right. How
wouldn't
thick
make
is
sense.
the forestry deciduous trees
you know,
now?
It's pretty dense now. I mean, there's several feet, like maybe 10 feet or so between each tree, but it's very consistent. So if you're
Difficult terrain to walk, or
Have we run
in
into any of the
places,
large
yeah,
mushrooms yet?
just like you haven't actually gotten to the crazy mushrooms. But yeah, like in places where there's really thick roots and stuff like that, it would be difficult terrain, but not everywhere is like that.
so
there
there
are
is a
some
Is
trail
there-
to walk.
There's
I wouldn't
weird.
say a trail, but there's kind of like he's walking through a path that's easy to traverse, so you can kind of follow where he's going.
There's weird vegetation on this island too. It's not just on the Isle of Consummations.
Well, this is the Isle of
Yeah,
Consummation.
Right.
The
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I
Oh.
put this too high. It's the Isle of Consummations is the bottom one. My
Oh,
bad.
okay. I got you.
I want to
So,
say,
but the vegetation, the strange vegetation's on both islands.
Yeah, it was a little bit
Okay.
on
I
that
think it
next
says, like,
island too.
From here down.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I am Groot.
Oh no.
Assist.
Language.
How do you prove it?
Language.
Sorry, I had to.
Okay, so you guys continue following him for probably just maybe 2 or 3 minutes more until you hit like a sort of a clearing, and in the clearing you see like, and it's just a sudden break, like you were walking through this fairly dense forest, and then it just kind of opens up, and you see shit, hold on, let me find my notes on this. Okay, yeah. So you see, you can see like there's a small stream is actually running right where you kind of break this forest. There's a stream that runs across, that cuts across like this path that he's been traveling, and right on the other side of the stream, you can make out a wooden building, like a small one-room wooden structure.
Like a hut.
Yeah, kind of like a hut. I mean, maybe like a simple house. It's a permanent structure. It doesn't look like it's It's not well built, but it's not like temporary. If that makes any sense. It's kind of ramshackle, but not like in a bad way, but more of like, this is just how I put it together, kind of thing.
Is it like it was grown together?
Maybe in some places, but a lot of it looks like like pieces of, all the wood looks like natural pieces of wood. It doesn't look like it was cut. It looks like this was like fallen wood that just happened to be this way, and it was used for this structure. And that's why it kind of has this sort of loose, kind of ramshackle look, because the boards aren't evenly cut, that kind of thing. It's just kind of flows, and you can see like to the left of that building is a small plot of like cultivated land, almost like a small garden, basically. And you can see it's got like cabbages and various different vegetables and fruits,
Son of a bitch.
nuts growing there. Pistachios, if you will. And then there's kind of like a little ridge, a little rocky ridge past that, and you can see there's actually a second wooden building up there. And this person that you're following, like, he kind of skips across this stream. There's a couple of stones in the water. He skips across it, and he starts humming to himself as he does so. Assist!
When he says assist, what happens?
Nothing. It just seems like he's having a little joke with himself.
Playing League of Legends.
No, because it would be spamming.
Well, yeah, assist.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look at Svalder and ask him to make the alert call again on the whistle, because I'm not exactly sure where we're at, but I know we're further in the island.
Yeah, now
Then
you're
we ha-
like pretty much middle of the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way, if there are still crewmates around, they may hear it, and
Okay.
then after that, maybe walk up to the stream, and then kind of skip across on the steps that he took, try to
Okay.
follow his path.
So are you? You said you are gonna blow the whistle?
Yeah. And after he blows the whistle, Svalder mentions, I really do hope that a crazed druid did not run into any of our crew members. If it's anything like the ones back home, then this person could very well be quite a dangerous foe if not dealt with.
As soon as you blow the whistle, you hear a voice shout out from past that second hut. Constellation, I'm here! I'm here!
Oh. Just when I was starting to like the druid.
I'm gonna bring you to a map here.
Nikes. Do we recognize the voice?
You do recognize the voice. None other than Mr. Snuts.
It's nuts. A 1Ds.
So I'm assuming I was still ahead of the group a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right.
Basco's not currently with us. So I'll bring him to the back.
Yeah, can we get the old druid man here too?
Yes. His position would currently be. He'd probably be about right here.
And you're right there, so I'll be right there.
And he doesn't seem to be phased at all by the man shouting. Like he doesn't really react. And except after the guy says like Constellation, I'm here. He's like Constellation.
Are you in danger?
Constellation. Ha ha ha. Is this
We're
the
all
is
in
this,
danger.
is this the guy that brought us here?
I
don't
feel
know.
a lot like fresh baked dreams.
Did you think that
Uh,
they did not know?
I mean,
like, I feel like Bromir would walk forward too. I don't know
Yeah.
where you've gotten, but I'd be approaching,
yeah, I'd be approaching as
And-
well.
kind of aloof of the situation.
Yeah.
Bromir would be kind of like, old man, this is quite the setup you have here, especially with the beach being not too far away. It's very different. What is your name? If he responds.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
I would try to assist you with that, but I sucked the last diplomacy.
I'll give an assist.
Okay.
+4. My aid check.
Give me
Oh,
your
I didn't-
aids, bro.
I didn't add it.
So 25.
The +4.
Yeah.
25 becomes a critical success.
Oh,
Nice.
Hot value on your cooperative nature already.
Already.
love it.
All right. So that's going to add on. Who's making the main
Those
roll
two.
here?
Boromir.
Yeah. Boromir.
Bromir.
Oh, Bromir.
Bromir, yeah.
My bad.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do the aid to that. Okay.
Time for Bromir to show he is a man of quality.
Oh,
Show his quality. Oh,
his quality sucks.
Now, hold on a
people
second.
got hero points.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Had
let
to
him
get
get
to
the
the 11. Had to
Yep.
get to the 11.
So yeah. Mm.
The plus 7
he's-
too, guys.
He just kind of keeps walking up a little bit, and he's like, "Ah, da, 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 da." And you see he sort of throws his hands off to the sides, and like some of the grass nearby just starts to kind of like rise up and dance a little bit to the sound of his humming. And he keeps
Adrian,
walking.
Do I recognize the tune by chance?
You did a society 25. Yeah, it's like I'd say it's an old elven tune, like very, very old. But you know, they're able to keep music fresh longer than other people just because they have people like this guy who've been around for a long time. I mean, you would guess based on what you know of the tune and what you see of him, like he's probably close to 1,000 years old, maybe more, maybe a little less, but he's in the ballpark.
Could I try to do a performance check to try to, hum along with him to see if that might, ease the tension a little bit?
I mean, yeah, you gotta have a backup singer.
Yeah.
And are you guys getting closer to him as he kind of like gets a little further away here?
Which
mean,
hut was the
I
sound
I
of
would like
sluts
to
in?
get close to the shack and kind of take a look in if there's
Yeah.
any like open windows or if I could peek through some boards.
Okay. Just you would know the voice did come from up here, like to the far northwest.
Up on the platform. there?
You could tell like it sort of echoes across. You can definitely tell it's not coming from any of the buildings. But if you do want to look inside the buildings, that's fine too. Hey, are you gonna run past this
Yeah,
one as you go?
Still think I'd like to at least see if I can't catch anything untoward, or at least maybe give
you-
us an idea of what's happening.
Are you
So
with
you
us,
see-
Tucker?
Yeah, Tucker, are you still here?
Y'all tuckered out.
Oh, Warplum Tucker. Oh, he's moving.
Oh,
He's
he's
moving.
moving. Okay, yay.
So
Alright.
you look inside of this building, just as you pass,
Oh,
and
no. the 11s.
dude, what is going on?
Can we get a refresh here?
Yeah, let's
You
just
know what?
refresh it.
You know what? I'm gonna do it one more again. Let's see if
Oh
it
my
comes
God.
at 12.
A 20. Okay, you do whistle the tune effectively. And he kind of like turns and looks at you, and he stops moving for a while. And he actually turns and faces you full face for the first time. He said, Where did you learn that song?"
I just picked it up from listening to you, my friend. It was such a nice tune.
Oh. Oh, well.
Can you tell me where it comes from?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Do you know any less?
I know a lot less. And a lot more. Too much. Too much?
Too much.
can-
What can you tell us that's too much?
Too much.
I can
can't
help
speak
you.
of it.
I can help you remember.
I don't want to remember. And he like starts to walk away again.
Druid, all we
Well,
want is our friends, and we will leave you in peace. Else, you will force our hand to get our comrades back.
Who are your friends? You have no friends. I have no friends. There are no friends.
Those that you have, and the shouting came from the shack, or
I think you said it
It
came
looked
up here.
Yeah, up
It's-
there on the stone area.
It's
Like
the
how
most
much
stable.
how much further would I need to move to be able to see up there, or would I actually have to go up the steps?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty steep. This staircase is fairly steep. You would need to get, probably about halfway before you could really see the top here.
I'm torn. I don't know if I want to let him get up there.
Did I see
Before
anything
us.
worthwhile in the shed?
So in the shed, you do see. It looks like it's got like a variety of tools, like basic gardening tools. You see various pouches, a couple of boxes. Looks like it's basically just sort of like a work shed, maybe.
Okay. Nothing truly out of the ordinary.
But you don't see like any body in there or any weird,
I'm gonna
torn asunder corpses.
nonchalantly stretch and make it look like a stretch, but I'm gonna go into a tiger stance.
I'm gonna nonchalantly just pop into a tiger stance.
If he's
Okay.
moving slow enough, I want to try to get to where I've got stopped here, so I'm
Okay.
in front of him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say as soon as he hit the stairs, I was gonna do something, but
Oh,
Okay.
well,
You sort of you sort of dash up past him, and he's like um so 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 uncouth with children these days, and he like throws a hand off to the side, and as he does so, 3 beads of magical force just kind of nonchalantly flash out towards you.
Nonchalant.
son of a bitch.
Does he get yeeted again?
You take 9 points of force damage,
Oh god, I remember what happened last time.
and he just kind of keeps walking. He does go up to the step, but he doesn't he's not charging towards you or anything. He's just like, learn some manners, boy.
as soon as he
Well-
gets to the stairs, Falder's going to do a 10-foot burst,
Okay.
30 feet away. Oh, I'm selecting the wrong thing. I needs to be on a corner. And Spalder will punch into the ground, and his prosthetic kind of enters into the earth, and you'll see this 10-foot burst area begin to rumble as it just starts shaking violently as the earth starts to tremble or to tremor around there.
What the
And
fuck?
the dude has to make a fort save.
Okay. A hot 40 save. Oh, can I click it on here? Okay, I'll click it on here.
I think that works.
Have them selected.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Can we retroact actions?
Can we undo that?
I've been
Well, you-
working on backup characters. I'm good.
Oh yeah,
I
I've,
think
I've
yeah.
got mine up over here.
So you
Try
make
diplomacy again.
the ground rumble and lift and kind of shake, and you see him just kind of just like you saw him walking across the waves, just sort of unperturbed as they splashed over him. He just sort of rides the earth unfazed. He kind of looks down at it, and he looks back at you, and he's like, "This is my garden. It's not polite to change my garden."
You're not being a very good host, sir.
Host?
This is
I'm
your
not a
land.
host for them. I'm my own person. I'm not a host.
Well, this is your land, correct? Well, you are our host. And
I don't host you.
It's
I
been
host
so
no one.
long. It's been,
Uh,
has
sir,
it been
uh,
so long that you haven't had guests. Have you forgotten proper what's the word? Proper etiquette?
Etiquette.
I think it's etiquette.
Etiquette. Tovam, the word you're looking for is etiquette.
Etiquette.
Is it etiquette? Are you trying to say etiquette?
Etiquette.
The more you say it, the
what
less
cat?
it's
What?
word.
Is that a cat?
Anakin? What?
Anakin.
You have just reached the point where you can see over, and you see D Snuts, Quartermaster Snuts, is apparently staked to this stone slab. It's like a slab of just it has some sort of weird astronomical symbol drawn into it or something like that. And it looks like there's stone stakes are driven down into the stone itself, or maybe they're fused with the stone, and he's tied down. He doesn't seem to be visibly injured, but tied down next to him is an unconscious Ragnil Ironlung.
Hmm.
So I try to catch up to him as far as I can while he's walking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
He seems to be a little befuddled now. He's kind of with the tremor and him, all this. There's all these people moving around, and he's kind of starts looking back and forth quickly between you all. Who
How
are
high
you?
up are these? How
What are
high
you
up-
doing here? How did you get here?
Can you tell me why you have our friends tied down?
I was trying to introduce myself.
Oh,
to
sorry.
him.
Sorry.
I was wanting to say while I was approaching. My name is Bromir. We have come looking for our compatriots.
Hmm.
I,
Yes.
I believe one of them is up there. We hear one of them. Can we please?
I'm gonna look at you and hold up a finger. Yeah, hold up a deuce.
Hold up a 2.
Yep.
Yeah, give me a Diplo check, Bromir.
98.
Yeah, is anybody
sure.
helping?
while
yeah,
he
That's,
while he's
that's what I
doing
do.
that,
Mhm.
while he's got his attention distracted, I want to try to move up closer to Schnutz so I can maybe cut him free.
Okay. Give me a stealth check to determine whether or not. I assume you want to kind of, be
Yes.
slick about it.
Yes, definitely going to be slicks about it.
Okay. So Wesley, that's a success on the aid. So Bromir, you get a +1.
Okay. That is the wrong thing.
Okay. So yeah, while he's distracted by Bromir, you are able to kind of like take those last few steps up, very silently. He doesn't seem to have noticed, and now you can approach D if you want to. Bromir, 15 on the Diplo check. He kind of like looks at you for a moment. You. I remember you.
In the water?
Water.
In the mountains.
Yes, yes, in the water. That's right. Yeah. Yes, there. You were all there. That's right.
What is your name? Like I said, my name is Bromir.
What is my name? Do you know my name?
I can help you remember.
Say my name, say my name. When no one is around you, say baby.
I don't know if I want to remember.
Sometimes remembering is
can-
not good.
You
Sometimes
can
it
tell me
is
my
good.
name?
I can help you remember.
Your name.
I just want to know my name.
I look at Wesley and I'm like, apparently this druid is.
3 feet. Okay,
just
I'm
wants to
within
know his name.
range.
If
Okay.
there's-
He's
If there's
crazed.
time while they're distracted, I'm going to try to cut him free.
He's crazed, Wesley. We must put him down.
I'm
well,
gonna
this-
let Wesley do this thing, and then
this
that's
may
when you'll have
help.
your chance to cut.
This may
you're gonna-
hurt a little bit.
You're gonna probe
But
the target's mind to glean knowledge. It deals a D8 mental damage with the basic will save. All right, let's see.
Do I get to aid
Um,
him on that? By any chance?
No.
That's a spell.
Did you target him?
Oh,
Will
I
this
did
do
not.
right? Oh my
If
God.
you haven't selected, it should, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh God.
I knew it. I had my
Wow.
suspicions. No, that's okay. No, it's
Yeah.
fine. Oh, wait,
I
no.
feel out-leveled.
So it doesn't fail to save. You like kind of try to. It's a basic will save. Yeah. So he takes no damage. You try to probe
But I
into
can
his
s-
mind, and it's just like, as soon as you touch it, you almost lose control yourself because it's just pure madness, and you can tell like you've never seen a madness like this before. This is not like a normal, this isn't like dementia or something like that. This is like his brain is shattered beyond recognition, and he's just barely holding the pieces together at all at this point.
Do I have any
So do I
line
get
of
to
sight
do the
of Tatum?
No, you do not. He didn't fail the save, so you don't get the recall knowledge check.
Oh, okay.
That's a good question. Can I see him? Can he see me?
From
I
there,
did
no,
see
you
him
kind of
walk
cut
up
off.
though.
Oh, you're asking, can Bromir see you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Who can I see and who can I not see? Or can I?
Yeah, I think
not
where
see-
you're at, you could maybe make out like Wesley's head.
Okay.
Because you're
How high up is that
assuming you're
cliff?
standing up tall, like you can kind of
Yeah.
see down. You couldn't see those guys from down there because they're laying flat on the stone. But
Yeah.
I'd say
Okay.
Bromir, you're just a little too close to really see Taven.
can-
Maybe just like a tuft of
I
hair.
didn't see him, but I kind of get the idea of what he's doing up there.
Yeah,
with
you knew he was
seeing
going
him
up
sneak
there.
away. Yeah.
Yep.
I've got one more thing that I can try.
I don't know
You're-
that I want you to. What is it?
Don't you want to know?
I don't think I do.
Don't you want to forget?
Your mind is broken.
Yes.
We can fix it. If we fix it, you'll be okay.
How could you fix it?
Let me try one more thing.
With a crafting check.
Do you have
No.
the magical crafter feat?
No,
You have the brain
I-
crafter feat.
I want to try. I cast a spell magic.
Okay. Roll the counteract check.
Oh,
Hero point.
Oh,
No,
11.
nope.
While
Nope,
Wesley's
nope.
doing that, can I rechannel elements by chance?
You may, yeah.
That's better.
Not by
You
much.
you feel like there was maybe some lingering magic that was there that you are able to sort of knock off. It looks like whatever caused this has done its damage. Like the most of it is already done and irreversible, at least by means of dispelling magic. However, whatever little bit that lingers that you've knocked away, he kind of like looks at you for a second, and you see his eyes go lucid again, like more than you've seen so far. And he sort of picks up a thread from a little bit ago. He says, "Yeah, I remember seeing you. You made landfall. Yeah, 4 weeks ago. You were so lost.
Has it been that
See.
long?
I see you're still lost." And then his eyes kind of like glaze over a little bit. They could become unfocused, and he's lost. Yeah,
I'm
lost.
shooting in the dark here. But can you help us?
I've already helped you.
How have you helped us?
I stopped you from being lost. But I lost myself.
You lost yourself helping us not be lost.
I lost myself. Da, da, da.
I'm gonna try to quietly.
Yeah, you've got
undo-
time now, B. Will. I mean, you have a bladed edge, right? Like
Yeah, I
something you
still-
can cut with.
I still have my rapier and my whip claw, and I should be able to.
You get something. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not difficult. You quickly cut loose D's bindings, and he like rubs his arms, and he's like, "Fuck, I've never been so glad to see your cat ass right now."
Why are you saying that?
Does he know he's told them?
Which one are you?
Shh,
I don't remember either of you having a fucked up eye.
shh, I'm gonna stare that fucked up eye at him and like, and and I'm gonna check on who'd you say this was?
This is Ragnall
Ragnall.
Ironlung, the
I'm-
blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on the blacksmith, see if he's alive, if he's just unconscious.
He does. You can see he's breathing. You don't see any visible wounds. You don't see any like obvious reason that he would be unconscious, but he seems to be out cold.
Is he bound as well?
He is, yeah.
All right, I'll undo his bindings and try to, wake up, wake up.
You kind of.
Your keys up on the table?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Wake up.
You kind of like shake him a little bit. You're whispering to him sharply. He doesn't seem to respond at all.
That's not good.
Catatonic.
I'm gonna look back at the quartermaster and say, "What happened to y'all?" As quietly, trying not to let as quietly as I can without catching the attention of the crazed druid.
This is happening while we had our conversation. Right?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably about now is when we'll be back to where you guys are ready to do something else. But we'll keep going with B Will for a sec, where the D's replies, that fucker is nuts. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just fucking cracked. I mean, he's had us tied up here for days now. What has it been? A week, maybe? And he does some kind of. He comes up here at night and does some kind of ritual, and he's been training Ragnil. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't understand that magic shit.
Where are your weapons?
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know where they are.
All right, I'm gonna give the quartermaster my sword, and I'll pull out my whip claw.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of look at him and I'm gonna say, "See if you can get him out of here."
Okay. Yeah.
And the ship is. I'm gonna send him towards the constellation.
To the lee side of the island.
To the lee
It's
side.
either on the lee side or the west side.
Or the
I
west
get
side.
confused.
Yeah, it could be on the west lee side, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's
Could
the lee
be.
side.
The west
Uh,
side is like right in the middle, right?
So yeah, let's jump back down. What are you guys doing downstairs?
I've got one last thing that I can try.
Third time's a charm.
You never know. I want to attempt a glean lore
Okay.
to see if I can figure out what's wrong with his mind, what could have caused it, the shattering.
Give me that religion.
Can I assist?
No, because this is a spell he's casting.
Well, it's
Right.
like it's not a spell. It's a
Oh, this is an action you take.
yeah.
It's not a focus spell.
No.
Oh yeah, then I guess you could aid. Maybe. Sure.
Yeah, it's a religion check. Oh.
Oh
Rocks.
baby.
Oh, big aids.
Let's do.
That
Don't do like I
cooperative
did when I got a
nature.
good aid.
And the assistance is always it's a circumstance, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So you attempt a check, and what is the topic that you're doing here? Or
I'm trying to see if I can discern what could have caused his mental shattering.
okay, and it says comprehend the lore, where you learn 2 pieces, or you recall incorrect. You think that there a war was held in his mind. His mind was the battlefield, and he won a victory, but it was a Pyrrhic victory, and his mind is now basically a wasteland. After this, you kind of like imagine a contest of wills or a battle of like just mental forces going directly head to head, and it seems like maybe he kind of won, but it cost him everything.
Maybe like he had to wall off a portion of his mind, almost maybe to separate it in order to not completely lose himself.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you're not sure exactly what techniques he would have employed, but you can tell that if he did save, what little bit he saved is very little. You know, it's like he has
Okay.
a few, seems to have a few fragments of memories. He still knows how to use his magic innately, just like from muscle
Obviously.
memory. He still knows how to walk and do things like that, but it's all just sort of randomly pulled together and not really, you know, whatever he was before, it seems to be lost.
I will whisper that information out as loudly as I can.
And around now, you see, he like starts to turn and he's looking around and he seems to be getting almost kind of impatient. And
Hey,
he's like,
wait.
I was doing something. Oh, that's right. I was going to do my ritual. And he starts walking back up the stairs.
Did you make all of
Fudge.
this?
Do what?
I said, did you make all of this?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Oh, man.
How did you?
Um,
How did you make deciduous trees? I am actually curious. In this island tropical nature.
Oh, it's quite simple, really. The trees, like all living things, just need food, and I'm able to feed them.
This
with my
whole island.
magics. Yes, it's really quite easy to sustain once you master the appropriate rituals. Speaking of which, I have to get back
so
to
you
my
did
ritual.
not lose that part of your mind.
No, I remember how to do my magic.
So you do remember some things,
as
just not
As-
your name.
if there's time, and as they're saying that, I'm gonna try to come back up here and block his path
Okay.
to try to keep him distracted from the other two guys. If he does
Yeah, I think
turn,
D, like, kind of hearing his voice approach, is gonna try and drag Ragnil like off into the trees over here, and just kind of maybe see if he can hide or something, because there's no way he can walk past this guy. I'm gonna do a hot little check here.
because I can make another stealth check if I need to.
Okay. He looks back down at you, Bromir, and he's like, Elduin is my name.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Elduin is my name.
Do I know that name from anywhere?
Yeah, does it sound familiar at all?
You could attempt a society check.
I'll sockify.
I'm not gonna aid, but I'll make my own society check if that's all right.
Sure.
Man, I'm rolling biscuits.
Rolling pox. Okay. Wesley. You do remember Elduin is a name that you've heard before in Elven culture. He was a very powerful druid, like well known in Elven society, who, maybe like 100 or 200 years ago just kind of vanished, and people always toward the end before he left, they thought he was a little maybe off, but he was still there, but he just had his own things he wanted to do. He was always interested in weird things, and yeah, kind of putting the pieces together, you think maybe he came down here as he wanted to do some kind of project or whatever, and obviously this is it. Now, whether or not this is what he came here to do, may be twisted by what's happened to him recently.
Whatever happened to him. And there's no record of anything that happened to him that could have caused this.
No, nothing that you remember. No.
Okay.
Elduin, how long have you been here?
I've made this my home for, I don't know.
Hundreds of years, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, I think maybe 100, 150, 175.
That is
Do
not
I
a short
do?
time.
Did I recall where he was from?
He
Where
was
he left?
from the Keonan. Keonan, right? That's the
Keonan.
Is his
You-
back
you-
still turned to me?
it is right now, yeah.
Y'all are just seeing me go.
Keonan. You left Keonan. Why did you leave Keonan?
I wanted to build something.
Was it
And
this?
you can see, like, it's almost like he's kind of gaining a little momentum ever since he remembered his name. He seems to be sort of picking things back up.
Since you have been here for about you say 175 years? Did you
Yes.
see anything unusual throughout all of this time?
No, only my own creations.
Outside
are.
of your own, well, you wouldn't think
I-
that is unusual, no?
Well, they are. This is not normal for this type of climate.
Well, yes.
No,
But
but it is
thought it
quite
quite-
beautiful.
Yes, I think so too. The contrast, no? It's the contrast.
What did you choose here to
Yes.
build your new home?
This is one of the last few free places on Galarian.
Yeah.
I was
So
able to come do my own thing here. Yeah.
it wasn't just the solitude. It was the freedom.
Yes. Yes, the freedom to make my works, to make my forest.
Alone, without interruption.
Yes. You see, he kind of like puts his head on his hand. Yes. Yes. That's right.
Did-
That's right. And he sits down on the step. See, my head hurts.
What does your ritual
Bad.
do?
My ritual, it powers the forest. It powers everything.
I want to go ahead and move up to him.
Okay.
Can I dabble in medicine. Can I check to see? Can I check your head? If it's hurting, I may be able to
it
help.
hurts. It hurts very badly. Yes, you may. Yes.
Point on the doll where it hurts.
Show
I
us
would
on the
like
doll where he
maybe-
touched you.
see,
Wow.
see if I can do some kind of something to maybe kind of give him something to dull the pain.
Okay.
No active encounter. I can't do a medicine check.
Surely you can.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you reach into your your medical kit and you've got like some kind of herb,
An
That is-
analgesic.
an analgesic. Yeah. You pass it to him and he just like
Glands.
takes it without even looking at it. He's just rubbing his head now. I don't feel well.
Something. Something happened.
he-
Wesley,
You
what
like-
is wrong with him?
Lays down on his side on the stairs.
There was some kind of battle for his mind, and I couldn't.
For his mind?
In his mind, I don't know. I'm not sure. I couldn't delve deeply enough. His
Perhaps we should
mental
continue-
defenses are strong. So whatever did this was quite strong indeed.
Perhaps we should let him rest.
Elduin, can we help you back to your cottage where you
Yes.
can rest?
Yes. Yes. And he kind of like weakly points over to this building to the northeast.
Not the one that we just passed. Okay.
No, this one up here.
Here.
I'll grab his head.
Svalder, yeah, Svalder, Bromir, please.
Or you could just grab his legs.
No, no, not
I'd
my
be more
sleep.
than happy to.
I
lend
grab
my
him by the
strength and
dick.
pick
It's
him up.
not. It's not that I don't want to. I am
It
not.
seems like you don't
I
want
am.
to.
There are other people that would be better at that.
You guys kind of pick him up,
Grabbing them by the dick.
Yes.
How
gently
tall is
Grab
this
him.
druid, by the way?
snatch him up right by the peen, and
Well,
you start.
They don't call him tripod for nothing.
That's
Hello.
right, old tripod Elduin.
That's
And you
not a
take him
quarterstaff.
over to
He's known for
the.
his strong wood.
It's gonna keep coming. That's what
Oh
she said.
yeah,
Just keep coming.
that's what I hear. All right, Sim, are you taking him over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a small inside. There's a small bed, very simple, very rustic. There's like a small chest of drawers in here, and like a little table and a little desk. And you kind of set him on his bed, and he's just like, as soon as you do, he sort of lays and curls up into like a fetal position.
Right. As soon as he's in bed, I'm gonna kind of back out, and I'm assuming during the meantime we lost Tucker. No, we lost.
No, who did we lose? We
Dom.
lost Dom.
Lost Dom.
Dom.
I'm assuming while they're helping him into the bed, I would kind of confer with Tovam to see, what was going on up there since I couldn't see. And assuming he told me where they went, I would come up and see, kind of offer some assistance.
Okay. Oh, Dom's PC's restarted. Okay.
Oh.
Hey, would
We'll
this
hop
be a
on the
good time
screen.
to
Wanna
take
take a break?
Would this be a good time to take
Yeah.
5?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
let's
take
take a break.
5. That's a
Alright.
good point.
Perfect.
All right, let's take 5, and we'll meet back after.
Chris, you're practicing your plumbering?
Plumbering?
Yeah. I was just wondering because we could see all that crack when you bent over to your refrigerator.
It is what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. We should probably charge.
Yeah, probably. Well, I saw it. I was like, oh, he's got a little fridge in there where he
Yeah.
plays. I've been thinking about doing that, and then it was, he's a plumber.
Yeah, I inherited it from my mom when she passed. So
Okay, all right.
not the crack.
That's what I was trying
Yeah.
to see. I was like, you inherited the crack from your mom,
Well-
but not until after she passed.
well, I
That's
probably
interesting
did.
thing. That does look good. Yeah, I'm not taking off for the Armageddon,
Mm-hmm.
but I have blocked off my afternoon on my calendar
Mm-hmm.
because it's supposed to start here, I think, around 12:30ish and go pretty much the whole thing goes till about 4. So I'm probably just gonna go sit outside on the porch,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
take my computer out there, and just chill.
The Arkansas Symphony Orchestra the weekend before is doing a concert of the Planet Suite by Holst for the
Oh.
Eclipse.
That's
So
pretty
we've got tickets to that. Yeah, we actually do a subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So like $9 a month, and you basically get to go to most of their concerts.
That's not too bad. That'd be pretty
No,
cool.
no,
I haven't been to an actual orchestra concert in quite some time.
Oh man, Sean and I, we love it. It's so much fun.
I tell you what I'm missing most. What I missed most about living close to Memphis is being able to go to the Orpheum and watch different plays there. Like I saw
Yeah.
Les Mis there, I saw Phantom of the Opera there, I saw
Nice.
Footloose there,
Yeah.
and many more. Victor Victoria, a whole slew of them.
Yeah,
And I mean, granted, they were the traveling cast, but they were
Right.
still good.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I do enjoy a good theater. Sean's mother and I went to the Rep in Little Rock and saw, what was it called? It's not My Fair Lady. It's what My Fair Lady was based on.
not
Pygmalion.
Pygmalion. That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good.
I
Yeah,
wish
all
I'd
right.
gone to Wicked while it was there in Little Rock. It was there running for weeks, and I never went.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go check on the wife. I'll be back.
All right. You feeling all right, Dom? It looks like you had a headache.
I've just had a lot of shit going on. I didn't get to take a nap today. I'm just pretty fucking sleep deprived.
I specifically did not take a nap today because I'd be getting on, right about now if I'd made it at all. So yeah, understand.
Probably not Luke level of sleep deprived, but
That's alright. I save up my time for this once every 2 weeks.
I haven't been getting to sleep until like 2 or 3 a.m. and wake up at
Oh,
like 7:30.
My sleep's been screwed up too. Like the last week, I actually slept normally, but the entire month before that, I would go to bed and I might sleep for 15 minutes, and it was like a 15-minute power nap, and then I was just up the rest of the night. Had to go to work, and then that night I would go in there and lay down, and it would happen all over again. 15-minute power nap, and then I'm up all night again. And I was just for a month straight, shit like that was going on.
I usually try to get like an hour nap after work each day just to kind of try and catch up a bit, but I haven't had the opportunity to the last few days.
Oh.
Really just like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been on spring break all week, so it's been midnight before I get to bed. Up at no, it depends. The last couple of days, it's been. Yesterday was 6. Today was 7.
I do miss that. I do miss the week off in March.
Yeah. Is everybody back? Gribble? Tucker?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry to hear about that, Dom. Hope you get some good sleep, man. Rest.
Oh, I missed it. Dom, you're on the sleep strug bus?
I mean, I've always been on it, but it's just been a little bit worse than these last few weeks.
Yeah, man. Wish all things on the better for you.
Not
Good
really.
night's sleep
but
is
I appreciate
elusive.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming you've tried all the stuff. Dom?
Oh yeah, I've got magnesium, melatonin supplements. They don't do shit for me anymore.
Yeah.
They help for like
Hardcore
maybe
melatonin. Yeah.
Yeah, when I
Just some-
first started taking magnesium and melatonin, like the first week or so, it was like, dude, this is it. Like, I found it. And then after a while, it kind of stopped working as well.
Body got used to it or something.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of it is like that stuff helps because you have a deficiency. So, as you, I guess, overcome the deficiency, it stops helping as much. I mean, presumably, if you stop taking it for a period of time, then it would begin helping again. But
For a little
'cause you're
while,
deficient for a reason.
For a little while, I was using a inhaler, not an inhaler, a vape called Nighty Night that had indica in it, and that will help you sleep, or it was for a while anyway. But
I used to smoke a lot, like pretty much from 15 to like 25.
mhm.
I don't like being high anymore. It's not.
That's kind of
yeah.
me too.
I get
That's-
really anxious and I don't like it. I've tried Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, just
Delta
normal
Green.
weed. Delta like normal weed, like just does not fucking it does not make me feel good anymore.
SEAL Team 6.
The sleep one wasn't too bad because I would do that vape pen and then lay right down in bed, and it wasn't so bad. But just straight up smoking, yeah, I don't much care for it anymore.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the sleep that Mr. Elduin is about to get.
He's got
You
some
guys-
indica.
We're just laying him down to bed. And as I mentioned, the room has like a chest of drawers, a simple desk, this really small bed. It's like a twin bed, basically. Really, really basic setup. And he kind of like lays down, curls up into a fetal position. And you notice like his breathing gets shallower and shallower. And even as you're just watching him here for maybe 2 minutes or so, like he seems to be expiring.
Did he die?
He
What?
is
Well,
not far.
I just
What-
gave
what
him an
did you do?
analgesic.
I'm not so
What did
sure
you
we
do?
want to.
I don't know.
I mean-
I'm up here trying to take care of.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, let's say just for simplicity, I think you would have gotten them back down here, and probably like rejoined the group.
I mean,
Yeah,
I probably would have started with like a medicine check to diagnose.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
The
Yeah, give
time
me a
to
medicine
see.
on Ragnall.
I mean,
15. I mean, he just like you don't see any visible wounds or anything. It looks like he's sleeping. He's like unconscious and sleeping, just in a very, very deep state. Like he's extremely fatigued.
Wesley, how is
um,
his mind?
Fatigue, so he doesn't look injured. Like I
No, you
feel
don't see any
like
wounds.
healing, heal spell wouldn't do anything.
No, you don't think so. I mean, he looks
Okay.
gaunt, underfed, like weak, but not injured or anything like that.
I'm not so sure we'd want to save him. Actually,
Just curious though, is he having a battle in his mind too, Wesley?
I don't think so. I don't see any indication of that. I wonder. It seems maybe perhaps part of since something ritualistic was going on. I wonder if Elduin was using his life force to feed his grove.
I don't
Maybe,
know.
and I'm hoping he just needs rest. Perhaps on our way out, once we've tended to Elduin, I can search for some herbs, and to fix a broth for him to see if we can nurse him back to health.
That
Well,
store is
but-
a very long way away. Herbs.
Before you get into all that, maybe you should maybe look at our crewmate who's unconscious and see if you
That's
can
the
help
one
him.
we're talking. That's the one
That's
I'm
what we're
talking
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
what he's talking about.
Welcome to the conversation.
Just
I got
fuck me running. Sorry.
Cobam. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh god.
Yeah, I think you got confused because
Yeah.
Gribble asked about the war in the mind, but he was talking about Ragnall, not the other guy.
My bad. My bad. Okay.
Yep.
I think there's a war in my mind.
The
Yeah,
old
the
druid going to sleep.
win.
We gotta let the old druid go to sleep because we don't want to get our asses kicked.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he can hurt you easily.
And he,
Right.
the next time you kind of look over at him, you don't see his chest moving.
The only problem where I agree with you, he does seem to be one of the only people that might have answers to some questions.
Might be the only one that had answers now.
Yes.
Unless I don't know that druids are capable of going into some kind of hibernation. I was going to say
Yes.
torpor, but he's not a vampire. I am.
Yes, I must descend
welcome
into
to
druid
vampire.
torpor.
Right. I don't know that. I don't know that they're able to go into hibernation, but it's possible. But I don't. It doesn't look like he's. I mean, there would still be indications.
What
if
So what's your
he was still
suggestion is we
alive.
take him with us back to the ship?
No,
No.
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 about-
I think if he's truly passed as a druid, he would want nature to reclaim his physical form.
Maybe, perhaps Wesley and Hadron should take a look at the area up the stairs and see if they can decipher what was going on there.
If we
I mean, I'm
let,
pretty sure that that's where he was feeding the forest, but
If he likes his ritual so much, maybe we go put him on his ritual.
if we let the forest, if we let the forest take this druid back, his broken mind could also break his grove in a not good way.
Didn't
It
think
could
about
warp it.
that.
And
That
I'm
is
also
quite the
curious if
possibility.
his broken mind has something to do with what was that god's name? The Eye of the Storm.
Abendago.
Abendago. The deluged god, if you will.
habanero.
It could be a battle between the two of them.
Greatest of
Who
all
knows
the
what?
peppers. The Eye of Habanero.
Not even.
The Carolina
No.
ghost pepper.
I don't know that any mortal could take on a god, though. Unless he
He's-
wasn't what he seemed to be.
I've never met a druid before, so to me, the druid is a god.
So while everybody's having this conversation, I'm gonna go in here and, do what I do. I'm gonna ransack the dead
Je-
chest hut.
Get the
Which,
fire
uh,
from him. Take
Are
away
you
his
looking
fire.
at the chest of drawers or the Chester drawers?
I'm
You're
gonna do
searching the room that the druid is in right
Yep.
now?
I'm gonna search. Well, I'm gonna search the whole cabin unless somebody else comes in.
No, what do you do? Get out of that.
Yeah, you look around. There's not a lot to find like you kind of like look in corners and you're looking for ways that things could be hidden. And I mean, it's just a very simple room. However, in the chest of drawers, there are a couple of items. Let me. Can you guys access this?
Yes, I can.
Can you see inside of it?
There's an unusual book and an unusual liquid.
Okay.
Dear goodness.
Hmm.
How do I send the thing to the chat so you can identify?
I believe you clicked on the item and did a thing.
Oh,
Unusual
no.
book.
that didn't work.
Use.
What?
Nope.
I
No,
clicked
Should
on
we,
them.
should we click on use?
No.
I
the
click on-
GM.
Oh,
The GM has
nice.
to do a thing, and it puts in the chat on.
Like I can click on this button that says identify item, but I think it's gonna just identify it. I'll try it on the liquid. Oh wait, okay, no, here we go. Post skill checks to chat. That's the liquid.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no, I
I
can.
have crafting. I can try to identify the liquid.
You don't have to be trained, right, to identify.
Couldn't tell you. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Let's stay out of this.
Oh, check that out.
Svalder and Tavam, you're both aware that this is a lesser comprehension elixir.
He just needs to drink that elixir. Okay.
That's all he needed.
That's hilarious. He just forgot it was there.
Yeah, the comprehension elixir lets you understand like written language, basically.
It does
Gotcha.
not allow you to understand codes or esoteric passages.
Doesn't even let you understand yourself.
Or yourself, or the battle within your own body.
Anybody want to try for the book? You see, this is like a
Take a look.
It's in a book.
it's like a green book, and you see like this across the front of it is a little vine that just forms a very graceful swirl.
Okay.
Wesley, right off the rip, this is a spell book,
Okay.
a grimoire.
A druidic spellbook, perhaps?
Yeah, not necessarily a druidic. You gather that
Got,
this
like, nature
Elduin
spells or
has, like, he's not. You gather that he wasn't just a druid. Like you saw him cast magic missile, which is now Force
thought that
Barrage or something, which is not on the primal spell list. So like he seems
What's
to
it
be
called?
multidisciplinary, is what I'm trying to say.
easy for you to
He's
say.
got an archetype.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I would expect a guy that old to have more spells in his grimoire, but I don't know anything about magic.
Yeah, I mean,
Hadron,
and
what do you think?
you do gather it would make sense if this was kind of like his wizardly spell book, right? Because if he's a druid, then his primal spells he doesn't write down.
Yeah.
This is, you know,
So what you're saying, he's only got one level of wizard, whatever that is.
well, you know, yeah. He's got third level wizard spells in there. You know,
He's at
Yeah.
least 5th level wizard.
So yeah, I think
know what the deal
Hadron
this
would be
is.
interested in that.
Adron, are you with us?
He's all tuckered out.
This rat bastard
I'm glad he plays with us, you know. It's really
gets a
fun
hot
having him
spell
around.
book. Huge find.
Yeah.
Snoops.
Somebody
Alright,
call
I'm-
him, check up on him.
I put him in the party stash.
There you go. Okay. We'll just make sure and poke Tucker sometime next week. Be like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
we caught some loot for you.
Man,
Though
maybe
I
should
think,
just start skipping.
I
all
mean, it
this
is a
loot.
grimoire, so I think theoretically Wesley could benefit from it, even though he couldn't copy the spells. I think, because you
Oh.
prepare spells,
No,
right?
no, I'm
Oracles
a
based on-
repertoire.
Oh, you're Oracle. Sorry. I don't know why I was thinking you were a cleric. So yeah, that may not help you then. About the time, like by the time you guys have identified all this stuff, it's gotten very still in the room. Like there's a different kind of stillness, and I think probably you instinctively sort of like there's a moment while you're all standing around looking at this bottle of liquid, where the room to you just kind of takes on a quick chill, just
I guess I wouldn't. Have
and then
made
it's
it back
gone.
over here yet.
You guys feel
And
that?
then in that moment, I was just feeling this.
Oh,
In that moment,
In this
Kinda like
moment.
look back, and you know, like you
Okay.
don't know, but you know.
not the undead.
Phrasma.
Like something's
Right.
coming back.
No, something has passed.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Like I
It's just
felt
that
him
quick snap of cold is like
dip out.
the spirit crossing the veil.
Oh, I thought he was already dead. My bad.
No, he was slowly dying this whole time while you
Well,
were
I mean-
looting his fucking house.
I think
I mean-
thievery is better when they're alive versus dead, right?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
It's not thieving if they're dead. Then you're just looting corpses.
Then
Like
you're not. Well, yeah, you're just finding
Pi-
stuff.
you're a
pirate.
grave robber at that point.
I was say, yeah. What's the difference between
Pirate.
grave robbing and archaeological finds?
Time.
this guy's been here 200
We have
years.
not
This isn't
made it
a
yet.
This is
collection.
definitely
It is
grave robbing.
It is time.
One thing I
Well-
did forget to mention, you would have noticed in that other building there was a staff leaning against the wall, and I forgot
The
about
other
that.
building down here.
Yeah.
We're gonna check that, and I also want to loot all those vegetables for food.
Yes, 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 yes. Food. If
Yeah,
they're
I'd say
right.
there's easily probably two. We'll call it 2 rations here. Well, let's call it 3 because there's quite a bit of vegetables here.
I haven't had a vegetable in some time.
Yeah.
Balder will not partake in druid-grown vegetables.
You don't want that nasty earth vegetable.
Aren't you part Earth?
What?
You
No,
part Earth.
his experience of crazed druids in the land of Linorm Kings. Hell no, he's not gonna touch that stuff.
Okay.
I'll probably
Tavam,
after.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say after feeling the spirit, I guess leave. I'll probably walk over and say a little prayer over the body, and then just kind of turn around and leave.
Maybe
I'll stand in the room, mostly thinking that, any answers as to why I can now breathe underwater. Taking a step back.
also we've already seen some sort of undead here. Should we not maybe burn the body? Bless you.
I mean, I don't see any reason why we should. All this is gonna be overtaken.
Bless
Can't
you.
imagine the druid would really matter or what cares to its body as long as it's returned to the earth.
I mean, we definitely don't want a flaming undead.
What's wrong with a flaming undead?
I'm
that
sensing a
there's
lot of your
anything wrong
brother
with
in
that.
you right now,
I'm-
Devim. I thought that you weren't like that.
Meow, you don't know what we're like. Meow.
Now, no, little twist of the mustache.
Wow.
I don't care either way. If we burn it, we burn it. If not, that's fine too.
I mean, I'm not
Hey,
trying
don't-
to. I'm not trying to. Do my pyro thing. That was my brother. I'm actually suggesting this might be a good thing to lay his corpse to rest.
No, if anything, you suggest
I
burning. It's a good thing from you.
I don't think there's anything here to indicate that there's a concern of undead.
I will say though, but if we do burn him, it will, in the shack, it may cause a lot of signal. I don't
Oh.
know if that means anything, but
Well, if we have any of more of our crew around, they might
Yes.
see the fire and they might come to
Oh.
us.
yeah. So we could maybe not burn him, but we could burn a big bonfire.
To burn the shack.
If you burn
Does that
down the
mean it?
entire forest, there'd be no place for them to hide. You just see your crew.
All of them would be dead. They'd be
We-
burned.
we would sear our crew. Would we eat them after?
Well, why don't I turn to Snuts
No.
and ask him if he saw any more of the crew?
I don't know if y'all know anything,
Uh.
but like deciduous pine trees, they burn really fucking hot. Really hot.
Real hot.
Real.
Hardwoods.
hot.
Yeah. All that sap.
Yeah,
That's
bullshit.
yeah.
I'll bring this stuff back up to the group that I found.
Okay. Um.
I would like, as was suggested, I would like to do a quick cursory glance over the ritual circle.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like. Give me a nature. Or an occultism.
And then asking Snuts about the crew.
+6.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Mm.
Answers. I honestly, I really don't know. I woke up
Okay.
here. I woke up here.
You woke up here and you were tied to the.
Yeah,
To the
I
pole?
was. Yeah, I was tied to this stone.
You were here for 4 days?
No, it's been
I thought you
seven.
said 4 days.
A week. It's been a week.
I think we were here for what, 4 weeks? No.
I don't know. How could you have been here
That's-
longer than I was? We both went through the maelstrom together.
I know we were
Unless
here
there
for
was
a
some
while.
kind of weird wibbly wobbly timey wimey kind of thing.
Timey wimey. Right.
I don't know.
Or
But yeah,
unless you
I
were
just-
unconscious
I
for longer than
remember-
you thought.
I mean, maybe I hit my head when we were going down. Maybe I think maybe I hit the mast. I don't know. I guess I must have blacked out. I don't know. I came to and I didn't have my weapons.
What did the druid do to the blacksmith?
Well, he did it to both of us. He came and he would do this ritual.
Yes.
He would dance around us and sing, and he would make these signs with his hands. And it would make the forest greener. I don't know.
Did he say any specific words? Or was it just hands?
I don't know. It was I guess it was in Elven or some kind of other language. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
And Wesley, did you want to give me that check?
Yeah, I got a 14.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Occultism.
It looks like this was originally designed to like be fed through it's basically like a sort of a ritual circle that's set up to feed off of astronomical occurrences. So like as certain bodies come into certain alignments, it looks like it's designed to kind of concentrate energies. But over the somewhat recently, it's been altered, and it's instead has been powered by the bodies of these people who were staked here. So it looks like originally this kind of had a very natural, holistic function that got warped, probably at the same time that his mind got messed up.
So what you're saying is, if we were in England, there'd be standing stones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It might be a hinge.
Yeah. So are there like really old bloodstains or any
Yeah, or
bloodstains at
bones.
all?
Yeah.
No bloodstains.
Wicked. Okay.
It seems recent. The change.
So I suspect that whatever happened to him, whatever shattered his mind, happened quite recently, relatively speaking, for him.
If it would be alright with everyone, I think we should destroy the ritual circle.
And let nature, and let nature take its course. Here.
Yep. I'm gonna walk up while y'all are having that discussion, and hey, I found this staff. I don't know what it is or does.
He's dragging a box. full
He's
of loot.
showing the box all the way. Thank you, so I don't have to scroll down.
Does somebody want to? Oh,
Mhm.
you already took the other stuff.
No, I put it in the well, I mean, nobody
Typical
was
two of
with
them.
me. I put the neophytes flip in the stash. I mean, then I took some thieves' tools out of the stash because I
Oh.
needed some, and then
Okay.
Wesley, just rolling
The
rocks.
Wesley episode today.
Yeah.
oh,
It's
Or
Falder.
not.
Oh, you're coming in clutch over the
Sneaks
top.
in with the victory.
He
All right,
sniped me.
Like,
Falder,
let me show you this, Wesley.
He's
Falder, you identify this as a staff of earth.
That's what it was.
Oh, it's like anathema just touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Geometric patterns are etched into the smooth brown and gray surface of a staff of earth, which makes a solid thud whenever tapped against the ground.
It's funny, I can actually cast Pummeling Rubble if I attune my gate to Earth for the day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my.
Can you?
The Kineticist
you use that staff?
Kineticist has to take a feat to use staves.
Okay.
And the staff has to have the trait aligning with at least one of your gates.
Well, it is the staff of earth, so I assume.
yeah, it's in the party stash.
I
Okay.
just don't. I don't remember what
You don't
level
have the
that
feat.
feat was, but yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely do not have it.
Ooh, bananas. Okay. Well, you guys have looted the vegetables. You've looted the buildings. You want to destroy the circle. How do you want to go about destroying it?
How big are these the stones for this hinge?
Well, there's not actually any standing stones. It's just a flat
Oh.
thing. But like it looks like the designs that are drawn, that are like carved into the stone, are meant to line up with certain events, basically. It's in a similar way that's the Stonehenge is.
We could just carve more lines over top of these to make it look like gibberish.
Yeah,
All
I think
the-
I'd
That way,
get-
Falder, who can move rocks and stuff,
Mhm.
if he would just
Yeah.
destroy it.
I was gonna say I can just use base kinesis and shift the rock around.
I think
slowly.
that would be a
the
good
rubble.
place to start.
Okay. So you just go up there and just kind of like do your kinesis. What does it look like when you do it? Do you like move your hands or?
I feel like it's mostly through the prosthetic.
Hmm.
Since his gate's in his chest, but like I always pictured it that he like kind of emulates the elements through his prosthetic and is probably just doing some wolalos while also like when moving earth and stuff is probably going to be interacting with the
Aw,
ground
dude,
a
you
bit
gotta
more.
be like Toph and earthbend that shit.
Th-
Get
I
down
was
there,
exactly what I
form
was
and
thinking.
Or
gotta
I'm not
Boomy.
in Pokemon. I don't know.
I'm not blind,
don't know.
so I can't do that.
Boomy.
Toph has that trademarked.
So you
Well,
put your hand down to the earth, your prosthetic hand, and you like focus, and you just the stone just starts to shift back and forth, and rumble and crumble and
I mean, if-
move, and I assume it probably takes a little while, but over time it is substantially disrupted, and you can even see like a little bit of greenery that was just kind of like just below the surface is starting to poke through. The new cracks that you've made.
You didn't toff it. You can boomy it.
That's true.
I'm confused.
Boomy.
Uh,
You don't.
no,
I don't get. I
just
don't get
moving
Pokemon.
on. Just moving
Yeah,
on.
just moving on.
If you know, you know.
Anyways,
If you know, you know. Apparently
did you
you're
guys
not
want to
as
do
big of a fan of
anything with his body, or just leave it?
I mean, if we're gonna burn, if y'all are dead set on burning the shack down, we might
No,
as well
we're
leave
not
it
burning
in there.
that. We're not bringing back no fucking flaming zombie kick our ass. He was gonna die in the shack tonight. Period. This man's gonna die in the shack. We walking away.
I say
We would
just
never
let,
hear.
I say we just let nature reclaim it.
Okay. Tape him my brother. God damn it!
I thought you were
Everybody
like your
walks
brother.
away. Tabum runs to catch up. I just had to take care of a couple of things.
I just had to go to the bathroom, meow.
So you're just like your brother and a liar. Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't say I was a liar. I just wasn't telling the truth.
Okay. You guys want to head back to the ship?
Oh man.
I have a silver tongue, and that doesn't even make sense to me.
when you get about halfway to the ship, Ragnall comes to very weakly, and he kind of like is looking around at everybody.
Easy, old man.
Svalder, you're here. Where did you? How did you?
We found you and Snuts in the hands of a crazed old druid.
Yeah, no. Somehow I wound up with Mr. Snuts, of all people.
I'm glad the crazy old druid didn't find out about his moose.
What'd you do to his moose?
That's true. We didn't tell him.
Oh, we've been eating that moose for a few days.
You know,
He probably smelt it on
A
us.
week at least.
We probably caused his mind to shatter by killing the moose.
The moose was his anchor.
You killed his animal companion.
Yeah.
Broke his mind.
Never mind.
Better kill the
Oh,
animal.
you're right. That's how recent it was.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we still have the moose knuckle?
Oh,
I have
no.
the camel toe.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Moving on.
What is going on?
I've
No
never been so
idea.
glad to see you, Svalder.
Rip
We
Tuck.
lost
Tuck.
Tucker.
Rip Tuck.
Rip
Rip
Tuck.
duck.
Do you have the constellation? Where are we?
The constellation is damaged at the moment, but we were able to. Well, I shouldn't say we. Wesley was able to acquire us a sloop to navigate the islands.
Well,
Well,
it was
brothers.
it was a group effort, Smolder.
You
It
did the
wasn't
heavy
just me.
lifting, Wesley. Just shut
This-
up and take the fucking compliment.
This soft-handed fellow, Wesley.
Yeah, his hands are so hard. You should have seen him. It was glorious.
He grabs your hand, Wesley. He's like, your hands are callous today, brother.
Well, I just trying to do my part.
I'm doing my part.
Kill the bugs.
And after that, he's able to kind of move a little bit under his own force. He does still seem to be very weakened. And after about this time, I mean, Mr. Snuts is also looking pretty weak too. So it takes a little while, a little extra time to get back to the ship. But you do make it back to the sloop, and Roscoe greets you and the new findees enthusiastically. Wow, Mr. Snuts, Mr. Ironlung, it's so good to have you back. And they kind of like collapse on the deck.
I want. I'll go like straight to the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
and with the new vegetables.
It's not really
and
a
stuff.
kitchen. I don't.
I
think,
mean,
but-
it's. Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
like
I think it's a
It's
galley.
called the galley. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
I don't even think there's a proper
I've
galley
had-
on this ship. It's a
All
very
right.
small ship, but there's like a little spot that's used for cooking.
I would like to start brewing a broth with some of the vegetables that we
Mhm.
we obtained for Snuts and Vivaldi, whatever his name is.
Ragnall Ironlung?
Yeah, that's the guy.
It's not at all right. Is your
I
mind
cannot-
broken?
I
At least we were
cannot.
kind of close when we said like, Cheserdale or Cheddardale.
Ravioli.
He's been
Ravioli.
taking lessons from me.
That's
Cheddar
what it-
Boyardee.
I can't. I don't know why I can't remember that guy's name. Ravioli.
I can't keep up with all these names either, man. It's not just you.
You said
Okay, you
snuts
cook
and
up
who?
some.
Snuts
up
and
some broth.
ravioli.
Yeah, I
Give
can
me a-
remember Snuts. Yeah.
Give me a cooking check.
Can I just do like a nature check? Because it's.
I think it would be crafting technically, but
I'll assist you in
I
crafting.
mean, I'll craft it.
You're gonna let the fire for the cooking pots?
Oh yeah, man. I mean,
I mean, I can see
Um,
maybe like regular cooking could also be society, maybe.
Oh no.
You poison them and they die.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The ship
No, I
goes up
didn't
in
roll that.
flames.
That's the egg check.
I was.
I
and
still have a
felt-
chance to pull this off.
Tavam already poisoned your soup. I don't know
Can
what
you
to
pull
tell
it
you.
out instead?
But you said society, so there.
All right.
With
You
the
hear
minus
Wow.
Svalder say, "Dirty fucking druid vegetables."
You where is Wesley from again?
What was the other guy's
Originally?
name?
Ragnall.
Ravioli.
Hot shot. Sounds like a safety word.
Did I
Ravioli.
say? I mean, it's. I don't remember. It's on it's a port town.
Damn it, Wesley, you had one job.
Yep.
I think I
So
figured
yeah,
it out. I decided it after the fact and didn't write it down.
Big rip.
I had to look at the map.
You well, wherever you're from, you make the finest soup from your hometown.
Yeah.
It's Geb.
It's not Geb.
From Geb, yeah, it's made it's a bone broth, if you will.
Yeah.
And
And you decide never to cook with Tovim again.
but yes,
No,
it
no,
is a
no. You know,
delicious-
that's the bad part of the
you have to
of the
You
mushroom.
have to slap his paws away. You're gonna get hair in the soup. Quit that!
God.
Quit that! And you do
Please
make it
wear a
delicious.
hairnet.
Look, if you don't
There's
stop
nothing
trying to
wrong with a
help
little
me,
hair.
if you don't
There's
stop
nothing-
trying to help me, I'm going to see if cats always land on their feet.
I mean, I do. I
You
have
will
those
be the
feet.
soup.
I have those feet, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with little hair.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Bromir throws up over the ship.
That's disgusting.
I think someone's gonna get bumped by the railing into the water.
Again.
And we're not
Again.
gonna
We're
tell
not
you
stopping the
skeleton.
ship.
Someone's
Shark
rope
bait.
tether is gonna get cut in the night.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are. Where do you want to head? It is getting to be like evening time. So yeah.
I think
Oh,
we
talk
should
to me.
probably stay anchored in the cove,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then we'll head out in the morning.
Definitely
Okay.
taking turns on watch.
Mm, we
Is
gotta
it
watch
cloudy
out
or
for
does
the.
it look like it's gonna rain or anything?
Right now it actually looks pretty clear. Like as night falls, you can see stars. And like there's a crispness to the air that feels like the dawn of a new day, even though it's nighttime. But like you feel free. That feeling you had when you left the island last time is not there now.
Do I feel like I found the person,
The other,
the other?
you do.
Huh?
Yeah, as you bed down, you almost like as you're falling asleep, when it's not your watch, as you're falling asleep, you see the face of Movat kind of like hovers right in front of yours, like you're laying down and it just kind of hovers right in front of yours. And he says,
You stupid motherfucker! You were supposed to save him.
maybe not the way I would have done it, but good job, bro.
Yeah, he would have burned it all.
I would burn the entire fucking island down.
There wouldn't even be any sand left.
I think I'll peacefully drift off into sleep.
During my watch, I'm curious about, since it's a cruise night, how visible are the stars and are there constellations?
There are, yeah, the constellations are visible. You have basically perfect vision of the sky tonight.
Is everything where I would have known it to be? Like, of my knowledge of stars and planets.
What are your skills like?
I don't have any.
I have none. Let me have a
Those
look
look
at
like
these.
stars.
Sailing lore would work on navigation of stars, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would allow that. I might do like astronomy lore would be best, but if you had sailing lore, I would let you do that. Maybe at a little higher difficulty. Survival would also work great for stars. Nature, I would say, would be possible. I'm looking at your sheet now and seeing how you
about
have
athletics?
none of these.
How about athletics?
Athletics is not going to do anything for you. Yeah, I would say
Intimidation.
nature, survival, astronomy, lore, or sailing lore. Yeah, you could try it untrained if you want to.
I mean, if we're on the same shift, you could you know, we could be talking about.
Or if you
this.
want to, I mean, if
Yeah.
you want to bring it up to somebody, that's
Yeah,
that's up to you.
if yeah, Tovin
I
and
phone a
and
friend.
he's got the spyglass.
Yeah, I got the.
So that was
spyglass.
my intent, was to look at anything through the spyglass.
Yep, we got the spyglass, and I can try to help you with my sailing lore.
24, and you're looking at the constellations to try and figure out if they're in the right spot.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Make sure we're going the right direction, all that stuff. Making sure. I don't know. You know, you gotta check things. You know.
Because we-
Yeah, it seems
'cause-
to be. It seems to be right. And was somebody aiding? Is 24 the final?
Well, that
roll?
was his.
I thought I was aiding, or
Oh,
that
that
could
was
be,
the aid.
Nope,
or
that was your-
could be.
Yeah.
So I want to
Okay.
say that we pulled out a sextant once before and checked the stars to figure out how we
Yeah,
knew
to-
where we were
To
at.
course, yeah, to plot a course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, if we're just taking night watches and we're not going that fast, we could probably, through the night, make our way down to where the constellation is shipwrecked. I mean, we don't have to, but I feel better about slowly moving instead of just sitting in one spot.
It's up to you guys.
Like a impulse coast.
Like what?
Never.
I don't really get into Pokemon, so
Like Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh, a space
Exactly,
ghost. Yeah.
Archer Chris would know. He wasn't listening.
huh?
Aw.
Um. So if Taven
work.
is aiding, then who's making the check? Are you making the check, Ribs?
No, I thought he was making the check.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you were. I thought you were trying to do a thing here.
oh, well, maybe
I was
thought-
talking about it, and he was going to do it because, yeah.
Oh, okay. I
All
was
right.
doing it.
Oh, you're just doing the check.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and so I pulled out the sextant and the spyglass and looked around,
I'm
and
talking about Z. So,
yeah,
how's everything looking up there?
Yeah, I mean everything looks good. Like it's where you would expect it to be for this time of year. The constellations are in the right spot, right? They have the right relationship to each other.
Mhm.
With the 24, you're like, you're kind of doing some mental math, and you're like, it actually feels a little bit off, and you can't really quite put your finger on what it is, but there's something weird. And like like I said, as you're looking at the constellations, they're in the right place, they're in the right frame reference, relationship to each other. The distances all look right. Like nothing, it's not like you're in some kind of alternate dimension or anything, but there's just something not quite right, and you're not able to really put your finger on what it is.
okay. So it's kind of weird. I mean, we seem to be where we're supposed to be, but there's something off about it. Like if I had a map here in front of me, I'd say yes, we were completely in the right spot, but it doesn't feel right. There's
Like, as if we were coordinate-wise, we're not in the right coordinate in relation to the stars, or vice versa.
it's weird.
Feels like you're in the right spot.
It feels like we're in the right spot, but the spot doesn't feel right. That doesn't
that's
make
not
any
right.
sense. Yeah, no, it does. It doesn't make any sense. It just it's like visually, I say we're in the right spot, but something is tingling in my head. It tells me that we're not in the right spot. We should be. I don't know.
So, what made you think that when you looked at the stars? Was it the certain constellations, the stars themselves? Or...
We're
think
in a
maybe-
simulation, man.
Maybe it's just off a little bit,
It just feels like it's all off a little bit.
like as if everything were shifted to one side.
Like if everything was shifted to one side.
I'm trying to think of something great to say to make me Will say, and I can't do anything. God damn it!
I mean, it just feels Like,
Oh.
like I know that this is the right spot, but it feels like maybe I should be 10
Over
feet to
there.
the left.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's
it's
exactly
it's
right.
far but not far in relation to the universe.
Yeah, it's like there's been a minor shift in the universe, but it's minute. It's small. It shouldn't
I-
make a difference, but
I'm just curious if
it feels off.
if we had checked a night before. We'll just have to monitor it. Let's see what happens tomorrow night.
I mean, that's a good question though. It's been probably what, a week and a half.
Like 3 weeks since you looked at me.
Knocked your head to the
Three
side
doors
instead of
down?
angry.
I mean, it's
Oh.
3 a.m. and
3 a.m. Yeah, that's another 3.
I must be lonely.
yeah, I must be lonely. I mean, so compared to the last time I did this, roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when the last time I pulled out the sextant and looked at the stars to figure out kind of, where we're at, um, did everything feel right then and it feels off now, or do I think it was also off then?
It could be. I mean, I think you're not really sure because you weren't really looking at it from this perspective back then. Like then you were just looking to plot a course and that's what you did. Now that you're starting to question it, you're like, was it that way before? I'm not actually sure. Maybe it was this way before too, or maybe it's changed. You don't really know because you weren't looking at it through that lens back then.
I think we should have someone check every night. Probably check on every shift. Excuse me.
Yes.
Just to
It's just a don't trust anything. Is what I've come to. It's just
oh, I don't trust anybody. I mean, I trust you.
no, not just people. Yes, people, but the situation we're in just obviously it feels off. You have the red eye. I can breathe underwater. It's
Oh,
and now this.
yeah.
And the druid, the trees.
Now that he's mentioned my eye, could it be my eye that's given me that perspective change?
I mean, you don't know. I mean,
know.
you really don't know anything. You don't know anything about it, really.
Yeah, I don't know anything. It's just what people have told me about it from seeing
Yeah.
it.
So it could be that it's affecting your vision. I mean, you've not had any experiences throughout the day where like you've had difficulty seeing stuff, right? So
Yeah.
you don't think there's anything wrong with your vision. And obviously, like if one of your eyes is messing up, you could easily have problems with like depth perception and stuff like that. You've not had
Yeah.
any experience with that kind of issue.
Why didn't I think of that? That's what's wrong. That's why we're 10 feet over. Is because it's high.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the change in my eye maybe has just changed my perspective.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah, it could be. And I mean, like your eyes will like your brain will adapt quickly to changes in your eyes too. So it's possible for sure.
It could be. It could.
I don't know. We need
let's
to
say-
keep checking.
Let's say that the night passes, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Uneventfully, and you set out the next morning. Which direction are you heading to the constellation in the morning?
Yeah, I would think we would.
Okay.
They might be
Everybody
able
can
to grab
top
some
up
other
and get a
stuff.
full rest. Sorry, I missed
Seems
that. Don.
reasonable.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I'm sure that they probably want to see if they can find any of their belongings that
Okay.
might be on or nearby the ship.
Yeah, I want to get my sword back if I can. I mean, I'll let him use it if he doesn't have a weapon, but I'd like to get my sword back.
Okay.
Maybe Blacksmith Cheese Whiz can figure out a way to patch up the boat.
Blacksmith Cheese Whiz. Okay.
Ravioli.
Make your way
Ravioli.
toward the constellation in the morning. You reach it. It doesn't take long. Maybe a few hours sailing just to get there from where you were. Let me switch back to the main map here. Bow.
What?
And I've lost the map again. Damn it.
Oh, where did it go?
You guys can
Loading.
see it though, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
Loading
Okay.
mysterious location, and I don't see it.
Oh,
That'll come up. For you.
Refresh.
It won't come up for me because it never stays. It never does.
I'm,
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna refresh.
well, we
I
need
have
the
to
Gene to
reload.
see it.
Well, I know mostly what it says, so I can probably wing it. But so you make your way down to the constellation. Takes maybe a couple hours. As you approach, you get maybe within, let's say, 500 feet, and you probably Tavam. Are you usually in the crow's nest, Tavam?
That's usually where I'm at.
You notice you pull out the spyglass just to double check. Like nothing seems out of place or wrong or anything. You don't see any other ships or anything weird. You pull out the spyglass and you kind of scan the deck of the constellation. And as you do so, you see an ephemeral figure, standing in the middle of the deck. And he's he or she, you're not really sure. This sort of floating, ghostly, ephemeral humanoid figure
It's the
is
druid.
gesturing almost. You can see it moving its arms like this. And you see other spiritual essences kind of rising up out of the deck, and they kind of linger there one by one. This is happening over sort of a slow, you're watching it almost enraptured as one of these spiritual figures kind of approaches, and then he reaches out a hand and draws them in as if into an embrace. But as they go to fully embrace, the other figure just kind of suffuses inside of it. And as it does, each time, 1, 2, 3, as you're watching, 3 of these figures kind of mold into this figure, and you see this almost blood red, its gray cloak begins to take on a blood red tone, it gains color as this is happening.
Hair? I need you, hair.
Hard to stern. Port or lay.
Hard.
Give it a broadside.
Full reserve reverse.
Hair, I need you to look at something. And maybe slow down. Slow down.
Get me
Uh,
the Ghostbusters.
Head, you go up there, and Wesley, do you slow down?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give orders to slow down, to pull the sails in.
Okay. Yeah, you going up? Oh, I can't hear. Are you talking? I can't hear you.
Can we hear me now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I thought
Okay,
you were-
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you
I'll
were
definitely
character.
go over there and take a look.
Okay. You kind of scamper up to the crow's nest.
I'll hand him the spyglass.
Yeah, and as you watch, you see this figure in the middle of the deck of the constellation, and by the time you get up there and look, there's maybe a dozen other ghostly figures that have just kind of risen up out. And it's almost like this central figure is calling to them or something. You can see it gesturing, and some of them, as they get close, they kind of resist. They fight back. And these figures that you're seeing sort of being drawn toward this central figure, they definitely remind you of the creatures that you fought on the deck of the constellation that one time when you were awoken in the middle of the night. And as some of them kind of resist as they get closer, they're they try to fight back, and this creature just kind of pulls them into this embrace and then takes them into itself. And each time it does, you see this, what once was a gray cloak gets a deeper and deeper shade of red as it almost takes on a corporeality.
I'm gonna look at him after he's been looking in the spyglass and just. You are seeing that, Meow?
I'll go ahead and nod my head, yes.
Shit.
And I guess I'll try to rack my brains. I've got a spirits lore skill. See if I
Okay.
can't maybe glean some knowledge.
Give me that hot check.
Alright.
A 14.
Don't think I like that. I think we're gonna try to hero that one.
Okay.
That's better.
A 19.
Yeah.
And this is spirits lore you're doing?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, spirits, undead, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This does fall under that. You recognize that this is a wraith.
Oh, God.
Now you know that a wraith is far, far stronger than anything you've ever fought before. Like, this is a powerful, powerful creature. They're very dangerous, very deadly. And it would probably kill you all. But the last time I
Tobin's
said
already
that,
halfway
you
there.
smoked that shit. So who knows?
So I'm gonna say, what's the right word for stop?
Or stop, halt.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the right sailing term.
The nautical term.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh well.
Just
Full
an all
stop.
stop.
There's
All
like
stop.
Full stop or all stop. Yeah.
Yeah. All stop. All stop. Hard to.
Avast.
Hard to
It's the
stern.
nautical term for stop.
Yeah. Hard to.
Yeah.
Avast me, hearties.
Hard to
Yeah,
port.
I'm gonna start
Mm.
swatting at his arms and covering his mouth, and no, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
And as I'm fighting him off, I'm like, hard to port. Hard to port. Do not go forward.
Wesley's
What
like,
are you-
did he
what are
say
you going on
starboard
about?
or larboard? I can't tell.
I don't know. I can't. He's got such a weird accent.
Meow.
Meow.
If I'll drop.
If he,
I'll quickly as I can because I got this.
I
It
mean,
doesn't really help, but I'm gonna drop down and be like, we do not want to go over there.
What not? What? We're
if
going
he's
to the
shouting, hard to starboard or hard to port,
Pull out my little writing pad, and I'm gonna write down Wraith and fuck all and no.
I understand what
all
you're
and
saying,
no.
and I agree.
And I'm interpreting "fuck all no" from "heh," meaning we don't want to deal with this.
That's what I thought.
But
That's what I.
Heh has this hard on for undead. He may want to go fight it. I don't know. So,
It is no.
not this
No.
one.
not this one.
I like
Yeah.
I like fighting undead, but you got to be alive to fight.
I don't want to
undead.
become an undead.
Yeah.
How far do you guys think how close do you think you got before you stopped?
How quickly
You
can
said
the
you-
boat
When
stop?
you first saw it, you were about 500
I
feet
mean,
away.
so he handed me the looking glass, so I had to see all that through the looking glass. So I assume we're still a little ways away.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
and
say
as soon
you-
as they said stop, I threw down the anchor.
we'll say you come down to a stop about 300 feet away, and you know this creature doesn't seem to have taken any notice of you yet at this point. But you hear this
I
you hear
heard
like
that too.
this raspy voice that just kind of, it doesn't carry across the waves, but it just kind of comes to your ears as if it didn't transit the distance between. And it's like, worry not, my brothers, we will sail the seas again. The constellation is going back to sea.
Oh, is that the captain?
And we'll see you next time.
That was a raid.
Was that the
raiding
captain?
The fucking army and about to take out.
All hands on deck, man! The cannons, man! The cannons!
The constellation
Read
is
the
just
flag.
the Black Pearl.
Yeah, you
it's like-
guys you don't think he's seen you yet or noticed you. So if you want to flee, you can.
Hoist
one of
the
my
anchor!
friends is going
Hoist
up.
the anchor!
Do you
So-
believe in ghost stories?
I
You're
just,
in one.
I just want to say, I didn't almost die this session.
Hey,
Hey,
So,
but
I'm
you're
good.
the
Only
only one that took
because-
any damage at all.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that took any damn damage. Yeah.
Only because we didn't have a
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
We had a
Yeah,
little
not any
sly
proper
tongues on our
combat.
end
If
this
we'd had
time.
combat, clearly you would have perished.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was in the position to perish.
2
We
weeks.
were gonna fight a level 20
weeks.
druid. Yeah, I'd be dead. 1,000
He
years.
wasn't a level 20. I mean, you guys probably could have taken him, but you know, it would have been dicey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody would have died.
Somebody might
No.
have died. Yeah.
Oh no, we all know Tovum would have died. It's just, it's.
I love
It's-
how
it's-
the
it's-
not fight you still wound up taking damage.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
once again, I was doing the right thing. I was going to check on our crewmates, get them out of danger. I take the damage. I mean,
That's what happens when you do the right thing.
It's
I
a
know.
consistent. It's what it's what brings the
Non-spongiest tank in
episodes
the
together.
world.
non-spongiest tank in the world. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Well,
So
are we
to the
in
real
this?
to the real question, inquiring minds
Experience?
would like to know. XP.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I gave you any last time, right?
Right, so we get triple this time for your mistake.
Something.
Quadruple, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts, yeah.
With interest,
Sounds
I
great.
think is
Level
outrageous.
4
In
you
this
say?
economy?
Yeah, I did want to rebase on y'all's XP. Where are you sitting at right now?
I'm sitting at
mean-
255. I think.
I've got
Mm,
255, yeah.
I mean, I've got
255.
I got 255, but if it gets me another level, I've got 355.
Meow.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
He's like his brother.
No, you haven't done. You guys have done a lot these last two sessions, but definitely not enough to hit that lev yet. I think it's gonna be. I was gonna say 185 for the last session, and this one I think we did an even 200. So 385 is the
Get out your
total
calculators, boys.
for the last two.
640.
640.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You feel like
In another 4 weeks, we can take on that wraith.
yeah, I mean, you think maybe you could take on the Raven now if he's alone?
Is that you saying it, or?
You know, it's like the fight with the Varghest. You could shit roll it
Oh.
into the ground,
Right.
or it might murder the Farkai.
Or you could roll crits all the time.
Yeah, probably if you go fight it, I'll roll ass, and it'll be a fucking steamroll, and you guys will never trust that anything I have is dangerous.
Nope.
No,
Not
that's
true.
Everybody
Not
else.
true.
Don't think we can believe your lies.
I was
Tavon will
there.
die.
I
Yes.
I was there for the Akata. I never trust anything you do.
It was like 3
Yeah.
level 1 creatures, right? That
You'll
was
never forget.
purely the AP too. That wasn't even my fault. Okay, you guys rolled ass. I can't be blamed for that.
Well, now your rolls are going to be all secret, so you can adjust the combat as needed.
Hakuna Matata.
But yeah, good stuff, guys.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
was fun.
We're looking at the 5th, April 5th, for our next session. That seems
Oh,
good
is
for everybody.
I
Yeah.
might not make that. I'll probably be up in the woods.
I don't like that.
Funniest story.
Ooh,
I'm
you just
actually going to
left
be
the
heading
woods.
in your direction. I'm going to try to be
Oh.
out in the woods for April 8th.
Oh,
try
yeah.
to catch that.
That
Oh,
was
you're
the,
gonna
that
go
was the opener
Armageddon.
question. What are you
Yeah.
doing for totality?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I will be out in the woods watching that. Up near
You
your
know,
direction.
well,
so,
that's the 8th though. The 5th is that Friday. The
Yeah,
8th
which
is going
means
to
I'll
be the following.
leaving then. 6th, I'll be hiking up. 7th, I'll probably camp out. 8th, I'll watch and start hiking back.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is
So-
that on the 5th, you're gonna come over to my house and we're gonna play Pathfinder in person.
Oh.
Well, he'll be in person. The rest
Yeah,
of us
we
will
won't.
be.
You got another computer
Oh,
with
yeah.
a camera to set up?
I've got a laptop.
Yeah, that's exactly. I've got a laptop. I could make something happen. I will
That'd be
But
kinda
yeah,
cool.
you're gonna. Yeah.
check my schedule. That might actually be able to happen.
Yep.
Don't think about it.
As I was
Yeah.
telling B-Well on the 6th, actually, I think it's the 6th and the 7th, the Arkansas Symphony Orchestra is doing Holt's Planet Suite for the Eclipse.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Holtz or Planet
Oh,
Suite.
man.
Is it good?
Well, you will probably recognize Mars, the Bringer of War. Comes from that. It's actually very similar to the Imperial March.
I like how it really sets the mood for an eclipse, you know?
Bum, bum, bum,
But the Planet
bum,
Suite.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I do recognize some of
cool.
this Mars, the Bringer of War. It actually,
Yeah.
I hear the Imperial March and also like the Gladiator soundtrack.
Mm.
seems to have a lot in common.
Yep.
But yeah, great stuff, guys. I feel like this was I don't know, you know, one thing I like to do periodically, because obviously there's some mystery going on here, is kind of touch base with what your thoughts are as players. Like, do you have any theories? Where are you at right now?
I'm on a ship trying to get us not to fight a wraith.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
I'm on a motherfucking boat.
I got my flippy floppies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Do
let
not
y'all answer.
forget
I'm gonna run to the restaurant.
coffees.
Wesley's probably, as he's trying to fall asleep, as he's laying down, thinking through the whole situation with the druid. What could have caused, his mind to break like that? Did we really kill his moose? I mean,
Well, and you remember he said some things to you, some of which seem to be true. And you don't necessarily know which things he said were crazy and which things he said were accurate.
True.
But what we do know is all the answers died with him.
All the answers what now?
Died with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody has speak with dead
Right.
spell.
That I know of. You might.
Yeah.
No. Not one of mine. Probably should be, but
Yeah, I really couldn't tell, Luke, if you were trying to go to the Wraith or trying to get away from the Wraith.
I thought you wanted
this was
to.
me knocking the hands out. I thought he was trying to like, all right, well, let's head that direction. Like, no, we're not.
We're
Please
not going that way.
Nope. I'm all for smiting some undead, but
Smoten.
I got to be alive to do it.
It's funny because like you both assumed that you were gonna go to the Wraith.
Yeah,
You're like
we're
fighting
both
each
gonna
other
stop each
to
other.
say no, don't go to the Wraith.
well, I mean, if Tovam actually was hollering hard to port, I mean, Wesley wouldn't have thought twice about it, because of the vantage point.
you start diverting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Iceberg.
No reason. I mean, he doesn't at this point. He doesn't have any reason to question Tovam as a lookout.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I
could-
did wanted to do this session. I guess if let me check some character sheets. If you wanted to finish that thought, Chris, if I
No, I mean that was my thought at this point. Yeah, that was a full.
I see the conversation in my head as, is that what I think it is? Meow. As I'm kind of stroking his beard. And as soon as he gives me the indication that, yeah, I could see the miscommunication happening between us. We're this guy hates undead. He wants to go fight. And he thinks that I'm just crazy enough to go fight, just, yeah.
I mean,
We're both like, this idiot, no.
Yeah.
One of you shouts down, "Get us the fuck out of here!" The other one's like, "No, don't listen to him. Get us the fuck out of here!"
Hard to port. No, hard to starboard. Port, starboard. No.
this
But yeah,
boat splits in
if-
half.
For Het and Tavam, if you guys wanted to do perception checks, I did want to get this check out there.
All right.
What are we perception?
But yeah,
we-
as
Are these going to be secret perceptions or open
No, you can roll
perception?
them out in the open.
okay.
Okay. So both of you, Het more so than Tavam, but both of you, you were able to see closely enough to recognize a lot of the spirits that were being drawn into the Wraith as your former crew members.
Yep.
People that you used to, before the Maelstrom happened, you could just make out enough features to say yeah, that was
The unnamed.
Johnson,
Yeah.
I guess the question then becomes:
Oh, Smoky Joe's going.
was one of them Movat? Because that actually may determine how I actually would have.
You don't see Movat go in there for sure.
That's probably a good thing, because if I'd seen my brother's
Yeah.
spirit being absorbed, that may have changed how I played
Mhm.
that situation.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
for whatever
I'm
glad he
reason,
doesn't.
you notice like when you fought the spirits on the deck of the Constellation, and when Wesley investigated them after that, like they definitely seem to be ghosts bound to a site.
Right. And
whereas
now,
your experience with Movad is that he doesn't seem to be bound to a site. Maybe he's bound to you, but not to like a particular location.
Okay.
now
That makes- yeah.
the spirits that we fought the first time, they were older previous crewmates. I mean, like before.
You were never sure. I don't think you I think you tried to see if you could recognize them, but you weren't sure.
Okay. And I
Yeah,
got the
'cause-
impression that they were not wanting to be forgotten.
That's right. Yeah.
And like I'd only been on the ship a year or two, so I wouldn't have known too many of the older ones, but I would recognize any of
Yeah.
the current crew. So
Yeah. So yeah,
Um,
we'll leave you with that. I guess we can go ahead and end the stream there. To Chris, great stuff, everybody.
Mhm.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. For I feel like the next couple of episodes are going to be even better.
even better. I thought today's episode was pretty good.
Yeah.
We got on the brink of getting some answers,
Mhm.
whether it be from the druid or opening up some more mysteries with the whole constellation thing. So
Yeah.
we'll see where it all leads.
I'm waiting to have my mind blown.
I'm just
There you
happy
go.
we didn't have to fight a 1,000-year-old elf.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have seen that going down a few.
I
different
could have
ways.
too. Yeah.
And
if
I think
Solid was a little bit more aggressive, I think we could have actually had a fight.
I think if he hadn't critically saved and not taken any damage, it would have been different. The
Yeah.
fact that he didn't take any damage from it, I think was crucial, because then it wasn't like it's like, oh, you messed up the earth under my feet, not like, ouch, that hurt.
But yeah, he didn't see it as a threat.
Right. So Chris, did you end that stream yet?
Just did.
Oh, fantastic.
I like how we got that